Well, buddy, it's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington.
And I'm Gail Bennington.
And I just woke up Juliet, and I feel terrible about it.
It was a very enthusiastic show open.
Yeah, but
she
just sticks her head up like, what the fuck?
We're sleeping in this studio.
I'm sorry, everybody, but it is the Bennington Show. Right off the bat, we got your tickets to come in and see Movie Stars. It's a week from tomorrow. That's December 11th, 12:30 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios. It is the stars of Stan and Ollie and the director, John S. Baird. But your chance to come in and see Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly. Ow! Shh, baby sleeping. Chris, baby sleeping.
It's excited for the Unmasked.
Yeah, I know you're excited from the Unmasked, but it's nighttime in baby years. Boop, 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 boop. So that's going to be very, very exciting.
That is so exciting.
Steve Coogan, one of my favorites of all time. John C. Reilly, also. And then the director, John S. Baird. And that is Tuesday, December 11th, 12:30 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios. And that should be a blast. By the way, when I was up in Connecticut over the weekend, I saw Kevin from Connecticut, who's been a great writer to us for many years, and it was very, very cool to see him at the Big Rich Boss show right above an OTB. And then also Director Shasta was there, who gave me a fantastic cigar.
Oh, nice.
Very, very enjoyable cigar. And it makes me think, hey, have I ever gotten a cigar from Earl? No, never.
You haven't, actually.
Isn't that odd, Earl?
I'll get you some Cubanos.
You say that, but you never. No, I'm not. Don't act like you're my cigar waiter. The fact is, you've never taken it upon yourself. You're like Chris Stanley's the same exact way.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Not at all.
You're the white Earl of this group. I wish I could see something on TV about George H.W. Bush and all the wonderful things he done. I've been looking and looking. I can't find it anywhere.
I haven't heard a peep.
So that's going to be till Thursday. We're locked in with the second Bush family in about big funeral in about 7 months. They did a lot for his wife when she passed away. Oh, those Bush girls killed me when they were talking about him. The granddaughters. Oh,
sad.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, but you want to be thought of, you know. You would. Oh, all right.
Sad too.
Yeah. Ever since Chris woke her up, it's been fucking really, really hard.
Sorry, Juliet.
Keep it down, Chris.
Okay.
Even that was too much.
Yeah, and you did that on purpose.
Oh, no.
Oh, my mind is going many changes. What is she needing?
Monkey.
Oh, Shock the monkey.
She loves Shock the monkey.
That's her little monkey / pacifier. In my day, a pacifier was just a pacifier, and a monkey was just a monkey. But now, thanks to genetic engineering, you know,
these days.
Yeah. Oh, kids these days, and they've got those Atari games that they play. You know, have you seen the? Have you seen this commercial? That is, what was that dude who waved here?
It's flirtatious.
Yeah, it's a very, very flirtatious situation. And I'll tell you this, I'm not going to stand for it. You know what I mean? I've had all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. I forgot what, have you seen this thing? It's like a special needs kid that everybody in the neighborhood is excited about, so they come watch him play the video game, and they're running down the street. I'm like, they're acting like it's an 80s video game. You can't win video games these days. You just play them forever. You know what I mean? There isn't any, I figured out the pattern. I'm better than everybody else in the neighborhood. So I'm just saying, I'm going to give that a spoiled Christmas eggnog. I'm giving out Shining Stars or spoiled Christmas eggnogs.
I hope I get a shining star today.
When did we get that beautiful star on the New York Christmas tree now? There's a big crystal star that's just stunning. I don't remember it being around.
No, neither do I.
Put up Christmas 2017, and see if it was there. Come on, Chris, let's go.
It's coming.
Faster.
Yeah, it was there last year. All right, try 2016.
Different that year.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
no, that was the same one. I think it's the same one. Oh no, you're right. That's a different one. This thing is beautiful. One of the most beautiful stars. Yeah, you're too young for screens, but you get a chance when you come to work. The George W. Bush thing for me was I had brought him out on stage once when I first started radio, and I had never, been a political person. I'd never seen a president before, but I had a GM who was very involved with the Republican Party, and he was like a real extreme Ohio Republican, and he would he would like say stuff like, well, I was playing basketball with the governor the other day. And we go, what are you, a fucking nerd? You know what I mean? Like, we're like, how old's the governor? 60? Of course you had a good game. He goes, no, you let him do. I go, what kind of game is that then? So he had, for some reason, President Bush, and this was before, it was after the Gulf War, but before the economy kind of tanked. So at one time he had an approval rating that was in like the high 80s or the 90s. People were so excited about the war. And then that was like a year before he lost the election, which is, which is crazy. And anyway, so my boss, he's like, I've worked out a thing that you guys can bring the president out and be in front of the podium. He goes, I've already given your information to the Secret Service. And I just fucking start yelling. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Because I had some problems when I was a kid. I don't fucking need those guys looking into my life. He goes, yeah, but you know that a lot of those before you're 18, you're going to meet the president. I go, who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit. I was so mad. And then it just went through easy, which, goes to show you what happened with Kennedy. So, long story short, we're mad because we have to show up early. You had to be there hours and hours early. And then we had
the security checks and everything.
But we literally were working in front of the podium, and we would just go out, bring people up. And I remember like doing jokes and shit. There was a thing to stop G-strings, and I was doing these.
The teabag hot dog girls.
Yeah, the teabag hot dog girls caused a lot of controversy. So I was just doing jokes about that, just having an easy day. But and I ended up talking comedy with these Secret Service guys. They were Jersey dudes, and they were very interested in like the Jersey comedy scene of the late 80s, early 90s. And it was just like a nice day. And then the presidential motorcade starts coming down the road. And there was so much weird energy with that. It was like being there when a storm came in. Like I had not expected that feeling. And as he got closer, and it's not that HW was a charismatic guy. Mm-hmm. It was just that the presidency itself. And suddenly I could notice that there's rifle guys on top of buildings, trees, there's boats in the water with frogmen. And I'm like, this has got on. And as the thing came up and he came out, there was a lot of tension. And the same guys that I was talking with and enjoying conversation just turned around and looked at me like they were ready to kill me. Like they were on, and they were just looked at me like, if this motherfucker, man. And I was like, wow. And I even tried to say something, didn't get an answer back from him.
That's crazy.
So we went on stage and like I said, we were bringing different stupid, who cares, dignitaries up for like, hour and a half, 2 hours. And we were and then here's the weird thing about the podium doesn't have the presidential seal until the president shows up. To go out and slap that on. But all day we were working in front of a podium, but then it was the presidential podium, and it was a big deal. So we were to introduce the president, exit stage left, he would come on, stage right. And we introduced the president and exited stage right the way we had the whole day as the president's coming up. And we literally did like a little shuffle, that weird shuffle, like, are you going left or right, And it felt so weird to be next to the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember, this is Fox News, pre-MSNBC. Normally you put on CNN if there was a war going on, but you didn't watch CNN. You know what I mean? And like the only political stuff was the Sunday shows.
Right.
The Sunday shows, you would catch up on political news. So I was really surprised that I was like, man, this is intense, because I was just the opposite at the time. So we do this little shuffle with the president. We get by. He couldn't have, he was pleasant. There wasn't anything bad. Fucking Secret Service guys are on top of us. You were supposed to exit stage left. Yeah, well, we exited stage right. We fucked up. You know what I mean? They were so fucking talking through their teeth, like, if you ever do, I go, there is no ever. This is it. This is the only time I'm ever going to do this. And there was a thing of like, they weren't going to let us go for a little while. They were like, wait here. And then another guy would come over and he'd be like, look, you were supposed to, you're lucky you weren't. I'm like, dude, I'm ending the day now.
All
right. Yeah. This thing is done. You can see I'm a regular person.
If something bad was going to happen, it would have already happened.
Yeah. I'm just a person like you. Nobody's here.
We were friends just an hour ago.
Dude, we were talking about dice, okay? I happen to know that you're a dice fan.
Then you looked at him and you're like, what happened to the Danny Zuko I met at the beach?
Thank you. That's how I felt. Like suddenly I didn't belong. I was like the Sandra Day of that afternoon. En masse with Steve Coogan, John C. Reilly. Go to the interrobang.com for a chance of free tickets. That's going to be a good one. Here's our buddy director, Sasha. How are you doing, pal?
Good, Ronnie. How you doing? I just want to make sure you got back okay from the sticks.
Well, I really was up there in the sticks. It was a chance to eat at any chain restaurant that you've ever heard of in your life.
Lucky.
It was like Hall of Fame for that.
The only way I knew how to get there, because I live about 20 minutes south of there, is that it's literally the same parking lot that I park in when I go to the airport. And that's how I found it.
I made a wrong turn and ended up on a runway.
Oh, God.
That happened to me. I know that runway.
You know what I was actually saying? That I was playing Filipinos out by the airport. Thank you for that cigar, too, my friend.
Oh, thank you for all these years and all this excitement. And if anyone gets a chance to see you live, they should. It's amazing. And you really killed the room. And I'm glad you didn't end up on a bird farm.
Well, oh, God. There was a girl that was so... First of all, Gail, she has a turkey feather in her hair and then a much smaller feather coming out of her eyebrow.
What?
And she looked somewhat like a young Stalker Patty. But she was completely fun, completely crazy. I ended up calling her Birdie. And she was a bird farmer. That's why she was wearing the feathers as an advertisement of the great work that she does with birds. And I had never heard the term bird farmer.
No, I didn't think that would be.
And then I go, what do you plant them and then they fly away? But she was a blast.
She was great. Because there were some people at my table there who were older, which, that's fine. But they were like, yeah, we won tickets. And I was like, oh, shit, I don't think this is where you think you're going. And, but the rest of us were having a good time. Yeah,
it was just such a strange scene. I remember ending the night telling people, you don't have to live here.
That's what my wife said. She goes, and his very last words were the most prophetic of the whole night. You don't have to live here. She's from that more than I am. And she's just like, he's right. He's so right.
All right, thanks, buddy. Always great to see you.
You too, guys. Keep it up. Thanks so much.
Peace. Anytime that you're involved with Boss, it's going to be an odd night.
Sure.
And that show, Florence, there was a lady that wasn't a heckler, but she was in the front tables and would talk while you were talking. and it drove him so fucking crazy. I swear to God, I thought he was going to punch her.
Oh my God. Just like what, ordering things, or he was?
No.
Like
She would just be like, just answering you back.
Oh no!
But quietly enough that the whole room wouldn't hear. And I think I was like walking across the stage. He's like, "What are you, a model? I'm not doing a runway walk. Can you see everything?" I love when she sticks her head back like that and just tries to look at the world a little upside down. She reminds me of Chris Stanley that way.
So true.
Love doing that.
She's so you. Kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, unless you two had sex. That would be
No.
weird.
It's perfectly natural for two coworkers to come
It
together.
is very, especially that was a pre-Me Too movement when you met.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading an article over the weekend because Neil deGrasse Tyson is now part Me Too'd. And there's like 2 rude things that he said plus a rape. And I'm like, can we
Right.
please drop the rude?
Yeah, I'll drop the other 2. I feel like if you let's just go with the highest charge,
Right.
unless you're talking about quantity of same charge. Cosby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like then we're talking about all of them.
Speaking of Cosby, he Cosby'd her. He gave her a Mickey.
Really?
Yeah. That's a black thing, Earl. Black guys drug chicks.
That's all it takes is just twice for me to go,
Yeah.
oh, that must be a black thing.
So I'm watching the local news, and they brought up the Neil deGrasse Tyson. And according to them, he said, I want to bring my telescope to your room so I can get a good close look at Uranus.
Oh,
And then the guy started laughing, and he high-fived the weather guy. I go, this is inappropriate.
not good.
Oh, that reminds me, too. I had, that same year that I met the President of the United States, I had met the Queen of England through another thing when she came to this country. And you ever get, like, you have something formal like that to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you're nervous and you make a faux pas?
Mm-hmm.
So I met the Queen of England, and it's Queen Elizabeth is her name. Instead of saying Queen Elizabeth, I said, it's wonderful to meet you, Queef Elizabeth.
Oh no!
It's embarrassing.
Did she notice?
I came out of the shower today, and I thought that joke was in the shower, and I mentioned it to your mom, and she goes, your friend, Queen Elizabeth from Philly?
No.
I go, that's what you're taking out of that. So,
Mom?
and she's going, well, I know you never met the real Queen Elizabeth. And I go like this, go ahead. I guarantee you that'll get a laugh today, though. So go ahead and run me down now. Fill my mind, do. Nick! You're on the Bennington Show.
How you doing?
What's up, Nick?
So the Swarovski, or however the hell you say it, star was redesigned this year. Weighs 900 pounds, 3 million crystals.
Wow.
Now they have to keep that because it's stunning. It's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Look, he's going to last year's again.
Give me
Chris
the-
is
Don't get
going
much
to the wrong one.
wind up there.
I mean, what else are they going to do with it? Look at the baby looking at it.
She loves it. She loves the I struggle with that too. Swarovski crystal? Swarovski. I don't know.
There's no reason not to struggle with it. It's a ridiculous thing. That's not it,
That's
Chris.
not it.
Damn
That's the
it.
old
What are you
garbage. Look
doing?
at that's in Bryant Park.
He's not even in.
I found it very easily 20 minutes ago.
Hey, Chris, we're going to do the year in comedy wrap up.
Yes.
Is it a tradition that you're drunk for this, or is that?
We could start it right now.
No,
We
it was
definitely-
last year, you alcoholic. I
doesn't remember.
thought that was funny because we take this thing that Chris drank through, but we also play clips throughout the season.
Yeah.
So if you're following along, you'll hear how much drunker he is on a Friday than he was on a Monday. And I think it even goes to like the second Friday.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks, you can hear him
Getting
drunker and drunker and
exponentially
drunker.
drunker.
Earl, there's something I want you to get. I think they decided to bring Ronnie B quotes back, which I'm excited about. Chris, I forgot. Are you still using the Twitter follower Trump Cuck?
I don't think that's been very active. I lost the password. I have no idea how to get back in. It was much like my Facebook, it can be taken over by someone else.
People tweet to that, and then I think some other fake Chris Stanley.
There's a bunch of fake Chris Stanleys on Twitter.
So sometimes those people get tagged.
There's fake Chris Stanleys that don't interact with people on Facebook.
I know. I see this. Like, wait a minute, that's not me saying those things. This is bullshit.
It is you, Chris. I know it.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm not on Twitter.
Because most of the things they say is so rapey. That's how I know it's
That's
you.
bad for me.
So, Chris,
Yes.
you've never answered me. Are we going to do the 12 days of drunk Chris Stanley?
I say that's 100% lock. I got a bottle of Jameson in the back. We can start right now.
Drunk Chris. Drunk Chris.
What song were you doing that
Drunk Girls.
Oh, I don't know it. I thought that was Drunk Girls. Earl, would you like to do a thing where you smoke crack over the entire vacation? Did you bring your crack pipe with you today?
I don't own a crack pipe.
I might have to hit it later to even out.
Using OPs,
And your
huh,
crack
brother?
Pipe. Do no 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 do 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 do. I have parodies for days. Guys.
I love
Keep
parody.
them coming.
I love a good parody. I'm doing a parody album that is a parody of Weird Al Yankovic's song. And
you do make them right
it
again?
is meta. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot my my necklace today. I feel crazy without it. I hope I don't get hit by lightning.
I think they'll be protected.
Oh, there's HW. They're bringing him off the thing. And it's guys from every branch of the service are carrying his coffin. And they've been in 2 fights already, just calling each other names.
They should put that aside for
The,
this day.
the Marines do not get along with the Army at all. And the Navy doesn't get along with the blacks or Jews.
That's not right.
Put that in Ronnie B quotes. To redirect it, Ronnie B quotes.
I'm trying to get Jujubee quotes.
Oh, that's so cute, but she doesn't quote enough yet, do you? You haven't figured out the English language. Although when I saw her today, I swear to God, she said hi.
It is weird. She's making H sounds, so I've decided through eyes.
She's
a
teething, huh?
Yeah, she is. She's teething.
Isn't that early? 4 months early for teething?
It is like on the early side. I checked the other day because I thought I was going crazy, but it's like somewhere between like 4 to 7 months. But then they say like some kids are like a year old before they get a tooth, but 4 is on the early side.
Well, she's going to start puberty before you know it.
No.
Looks like we're going to have a little puberty girl. She is a good girl, though, huh?
She is.
I kept thinking I'd see her in Connecticut. Chris didn't come, but as always, it's the oddest thing Chris does. He'll check with me immediately after I come off stage.
Yeah.
How'd it go, boss?
That's
How'd it
sweet.
go? How'd Wunderlocks go, boss?
That is really sweet.
Did you ever really find out the truth, though?
The truth of what?
Oh, my God. See, he asked. Teething. Oof. Oof. This is her first Christmas. And I'm very annoyed that she seems to be getting an opening presents early.
She is. Well,
You're going to ruin her Christmas. She's going to get up and be like, is that all there is, my friends? Then let's keep dancing. Break out the booze. Earl, this is Hanukkah for your people. Are you enjoying it?
It's the first day of Hanukkah for those who.
I thought it was second day. I thought-
Second day,
Yeah.
excuse
This
me.
is day
Looked like
two.
somebody just was anti-Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I came home to my building. Me and my husband walked in, and my landlord is like really crazy about Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. He goes like all out, and so we came in, and there's 2 of the little light bulb menorahs that were started on either side, and we walked in.
I don't like a light bulb.
Yeah, I know. It is nicer. The candle ones are nicer. But we came in, and he walked in behind us, and he sees the menorahs. He's Polish, by the way.
Oh.
And he says, "What Jew did this?" And we're like, "What?" He's like, "What Jew did this? What Jew did this?" And we're like speechless. We're just looking at him. And he says it again. what Jew did this? And we're like, I don't know what Jew did this. And he goes, it's lit on the wrong side. You start on the other side. We were like fully like, well, he's an anti-Semite. We've known him for 5 years, and we just found out he hates all the Jews in the building.
I thought her Polish name was what Jew. But I didn't know there was a wrong or right side to do the menorah.
So there's like you start on, I think, the far right side as opposed to the far left. But he was upset. And then afterwards was saying, very bad Jew. Very bad Jew do this. I'm like, this is confusing. You have to be careful the way you say this.
Earl, what is your holiday called that they started in the 60s?
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Nice.
Every year for Kwanzaa, and I've been to Earl's house for this, he will kill a giraffe and bring...
What?
He skins it and then brings the pelt back to the grandmother.
Well, I'm very interested to experience your culture. So,
But there is something about gathering or something like...
Yeah, I never... my sisters were really into this. But
really? Because I never met any black people that were.
Well, they would. It seems to be more. It's actually more communal. It's supposed to be more about, really centered about family and.
What? Unlike Christmas?
Well, it's less focused on materialism.
It's less focused on white people, or let's just admit.
Isn't there a cornucopia, or did I make that up?
No, there is. That's why I was going to say a gathering of things, but because I didn't know the name cornucopia, even though that was the jazz band I was in 7th grade.
Oh, they also like candles, too.
Yeah, there's candles.
Seems like somebody's ripping stuff off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. An apple. There's the cornucopia thing going on.
Yeah, and there's...
like some fruits and stuff.
Yeah, but African fruits, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's corn. Or maize, I think, as your people called it. Maybe I'm a maze away, be here all the time. Kwanzaa. But there's a piece up on the iBank today. Why hasn't there been a good Hanukkah holiday movie? There's just that crazy eight crazy nights, which is nice for the children. But why isn't there a fun rom-com?
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
Something romantic. No, like I like my Jewish friends will tell me the truth of it is that Hanukkah is actually not that big of a holiday.
It's not the biggest they have. It's the biggest the Jews have. They love when...
But they say that they try to play it up like it's more important just to try to like make up for the fact that Christmas is like nonstop.
They want a reason for the season.
But it seems like it would be perfect. Why not have a romantic 8-night funny?
Yeah, there's every Jewish person I know is a fan of Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And the best Christmas movies are a little more rom-com-y than anything else.
Yes. Also, my Jewish friends love Christmas music.
They do.
Yes. I remember like my friend Meredith in college was like, I love your music. It's so good. Like, I love that one that it's like, Silent Night. Oh, what a night. Yeah. That one's the best.
Yes.
Like, you never took you hear it as much as I do.
Right.
Oh, what a night.
What a night. All these hops having fun. Then a baby came around. I saw a sign, some Christian gimmick when I was on my Connecticut road trip. And beautiful state. But it would look like it was about an 8 or 9-year-old Jesus in it. And he also had his hands up to the side as kind of...
like a foreshadowing?
Thank you, a foreshadowing what was going to eventually happen. Is there a Christmas movie out this year?
I don't think there's like a new one.
There was supposed to be, I guess it was a cartoon called Monk the Pacifier. And
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix with Kurt Russell.
Chronicles?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem... What's that about?
What are they called?
Fake news?
He plays Santa Claus. But I don't know.
Who plays Santa Claus? Who plays Santa Claus? Kurt Russell is the dad from Guardians of the Galaxy. That was his big thing this year. Kurt is an older guy that people find to be handsome.
Yes.
They're like, oh, speaking of which, another one going to be down the hall today. Mr. Michael Douglas.
Oh, yes.
Son to Kurt Douglas. I don't know what. Oh, he's promoting that Netflix TV show about two old guys having fun in the business. By the business, Earl, I'm basically talking about the industry. You know?
Yes, the Kaminsky method with Alan Arkin.
Thank you. You're like a little IMDb, aren't you?
He's a Netflix guy.
I'd like to pitch him on this Hanukkah movie, though. I think that's
Get something going with Netflix.
But the pitch is going to be like this: Hanukkah movie, right?
Yeah.
You know, got it. What do you say?
Hanukkah, I think I would. No, it's the miracle is that the oil kept burning, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what about a Jewish guy? He's in the oil business, right?
Wow.
There's a spill, right? And they're like, "Don't worry, there'll be a burn off." But it just keeps burning for 8 nights. You know?
Good.
And the whole time there's protesters and they're screaming that he's polluting, you know? But he reminds them of the miracle of Hanukkah.
I think that already sounds beautiful.
And at the end, he marries that protester. You know what I mean? And they figure out a way to make clean energy. You
All
know?
right. I have a weird question for you. And this is like
Do
a
it.
little bit of a New York centric thing. So like
Bad then.
I know, but it's just been driving me nuts. And it only occurred to me this weekend. You see Hasidic Jews in the city.
I don't like where this is going, but okay.
Where are the Hasidic elderly women? Think about it.
I am thinking about it, and you just stunned me. Because there's the young, hot moms, early moms. They
Yes.
won't look at you. They're wearing the cool
The
wigs.
wig.
They're all very attractive
Yes.
to me. Their husbands never seem to be.
So then there's the young men,
Yeah.
all the way to elderly men.
Very elderly, and they're revered.
Yes. Where are the elderly Hasidic women?
The only elderly Hasidic woman I know is Ari Shafir.
It's driving me nuts. And weird that I've lived in the city this long and it's only just occurred to
It
me.
never occurred to me. A lot of the older Hasidic guys will be arguing about the Bible just on a corner, just having it out. I know not to ask Vito for anything, but you know, if I'm going to do a pre-thing, the water runs out.
Samesies. Please, Samesies.
Water's coming.
But Chris, has this ever occurred to you?
No, because I just see the older dudes with the younger women.
Do you have Hasidics
They're
in your
not
neighborhood?
with the younger women, though.
No, they're not.
The young Hasidic Jews men are with young Hasidic females, but
then you'll see the elderly men hanging out with the younger men, and sometimes like they'll be coming back with the young boys from their service
I guess
that they do.
yeah.
And then like you'll see them on the weekends, and like they'll be like walking around. You'll see the young women with their families.
A lot of times I know it's because we're here in the Diamond District. The young guys will be driving almost like a chauffeur bodyguard for the older Hasidic guys
Right.
who have great coats.
Really,
I'm
good
always
coats.
saying to them, where do you get your coat at? Never an answer back. I'd love to get one of those coats.
They're really nice. And I noticed this has only started in the last couple years. Somebody must have made a fortune on this, but they started making the hat covers.
Oh yeah,
And
they're big like Siberian hats.
Yeah, but they never had those before. It was just a couple years ago. They started to be just like a little condom for their hats for the rain because it's a fur hat. They're wearing
Yeah,
a
I never
fur
saw
hat.
that thing.
And you don't want that hitting
In
the
the
rain.
rain, no.
It's disgusting.
Think they were on Shark Tank with that?
Come on, dude. Instead of joking around,
This
let's
is
get to the
serious.
bottom of this.
I want to know these.
Oh, by the way, Vito, did you get those clips of Chris?
Vito's grabbing water right now.
He's like an intern. He's like a fucking intern. It's a great, great thing that you came up with, and it's unanswerable. I've even texted some Jewish people I know. No answer.
I gotta know.
You think?
This is the only two options I'm thinking of. One, they don't let them out of the house for some reason that we don't understand.
Mhm.
They don't leave the house. Option two, that you hit a certain age and you're allowed to dress like everybody else. And they're just
Holy
among
shit,
us.
that would blow me away. That one would be unbelievable. Well, you've made it. You're 68. Go ahead and just dress comfortably.
Grow your hair out.
Exactly. Like, you don't even see, obviously you don't see gray hair, but then like, I don't even think I see, that same dark brown bob, but like a wrinkled face. You don't
No,
see
you're
it.
right.
Maybe there's sense like maybe there's another Hasidic community of just older women out in upstate
Chris.
New York.
What are you saying, a camp?
That's not a camp. It's a community.
Upstate New York is camps.
Oh, God.
I've been there many, many times and enjoy it very much. Ooh, 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 ooh.
She's kind of killing it today.
She's really would rather stand up all the time,
Yeah.
even though look at her, like she'll just wind her foot up some days. That's really cute. You should get a picture of that. Yeah, you were going for it. Vito, did you ever get that tape of Chris Stanley that I mailed you?
I can have it in 5 minutes.
What do you mean you can have it in 5 minutes?
I got wrapped up in something this morning and I forgot. I was supposed
What
to.
did you get wrapped up in?
Setting up something for later.
What are you setting up?
This is a hit against me?
The stuff I sent out this morning was it took me longer than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
take.
we didn't even need it.
Yeah. Just good to have.
I don't even understand why we're doing that when we're doing the other thing. I keep bringing that up to you.
It was just
You
my idea.
dug in.
It was just my idea, so it wasn't as stressful on that one day.
It's going to be just the opposite of stressful. It's going to be joyous.
But because it's
Fun
not
and joyful.
just because it's a lot in one day, I figured
It isn't a lot in one day. It's less than what we normally do.
Yeah, I mean we can still do that way. It was just an idea I had.
I know. I'm just wondering why you're sticking to it as many times as I point out how much easier it would be. Because we're going to have food and beverages. There's going to be
Fun. Carolers.
Yankee Christmas. Is that what it's called?
Yankee Candle?
Huh?
Oh no, the
Yankee
game.
Christmas where you
Yeah.
open a
Yankee
present.
swap.
Yeah.
Yankee swap. Yeah.
Please, can we Yankee swap?
But we're only going to use stuff from the Yankee store.
Perfect. It's across the street. So I'm a size 8 hat, everyone.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Is that big?
That is very large, yes. I've never seen anything above an 8,
Yeah.
but I know that they didn't sell it in the store. So I had to order it online when the last Yankee hat I bought.
I couldn't remember. I thought either you or Vito had a pinhead for the size of your body.
Hey, Vito's the pinhead.
All right. Army Brat sent this, and this is it's what do you call that thing when you put the Jesus born underneath the tree?
A manger.
Manger,
I
yeah.
wanted to say
So there's a
menagerie.
beautiful manger, right? But then you could see the car from Back to the Future has busted through the side of it.
What's Doc have to do with Jesus?
Kim
We have to
Roberts
go
says,
back.
listens for years. Now the app stopped working 15 days ago and Sirius won't fix. I'm going to have to cancel. I'll miss you most of all. See if you can't help with that, Chris.
Okay. I
Like-
will see.
What's going on with this app?
Well, I guess just one person's app. Kevin from Connecticut said, great seeing you. Very attractive man.
Let me see.
Oh, I don't have the picture there.
Oh,
You're just going to have to take my word for it
I
this
believe
time.
you.
When should we start playing our Christmas music?
Let's see. I feel like
Week
next
out?
week. Yeah, like a week out.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it. You don't want to burn yourself out.
I like burning myself out.
2
I like
weeks,
saying it's December, deal with it. Someone's like, too much Christmas music. I'll go, just fucking take a look at what it is. It's Christmas. Bruce Springsteen said he picks Trump to win easily in 2020. He does not see that the Democrats are putting anything together. I don't want to tell you why Bruce Springsteen has said this. Bruce, his audience is the working class audience.
Mhm.
And the working class audience doesn't vote for Democrats anymore. Bruce is a real leftist, brings it out, and has the audience who loves him yell shit back at him during the show. Now, I was up in the sticks of Connecticut. I drove north to go south, and I had Trump people chanting "Lock her up" at different points of the show. One of them, I
What a
said,
rally.
where's your wall at? And he goes, we'll get it. He really, really believes. But those kind of people, old school, working class, democratic people, feel they have no place else to go.
Yeah.
So now the only thing I will say this for the Democrats, nobody saw Trump 2 years out.
No.
2 years is really too soon to be thinking about who is running for president. And yet,
but it doesn't feel like there is anything. I would agree. Like right now, it feels dark.
well, the Democrats don't have ideas.
Yes.
They just say what they're offended by, but they don't, and they certainly don't have ideas for working families in this country. It could be all they have is look what a liar Trump is, and I don't think that's enough to run on. You have to run on the thing that life is going to be better if you go this way. Earl, you've been a Democrat your whole life, right?
Yeah, up until
Do you see anybody beating Trump?
Out of this field, no, I don't. I really don't. I think it's going to have to come from you might have to have a really strong indie-esque type candidate. But out of this crop, I
think just the opposite. I think the last thing you want is an outlier. I think you want a responsible person where here is the plan. And I don't see
you don't
that
want to
happening.
split the vote, is what you're saying.
Well, no, not even saying split the vote. Were you saying independent party?
No, just someone that was kind of in but out.
Give me an example.
Like someone of like a Bill Bradley type candidate.
Okay, so that is nothing. Bill Bradley was nothing like what you described. He's going to have to be a little more charismatic than a Bill Bradley. And let me tell you something. If you look over the course of our lives, not every time, but most time, the charismatic person wins.
Yeah.
Obama was charismatic. George Bush was a very funny guy. Clinton was charismatic. H.W. was not a charismatic guy, but he didn't get reelected.
Right. Yeah.
And
Reagan
he also, Reagan was very, very charismatic. Nixon was not charismatic, but Jimmy Carter had the outside thing, but only a one-termer also. Same thing. Johnson was just a one-termer. Of course, you had Kennedy, who was very charismatic. And before that, you had a general, one of the heroes of World War II. So you're going to need somebody that could be able to step up and be interesting and have some ideas. Right now, nobody. And the only street fighter that the Democrats got, they forced to fucking quit. Chris in Philly. Chris.
Hey, guys, the one candidate that I think has a chance would be Bloomberg because he is a self-made billionaire. He ran New York City relatively successfully. He has liberal tendencies without being far left to the liberal. I think he kind of hits a lot of boxes if he decides to run.
The one thing that he doesn't hit is he's not a great candidate. He's a very, very effective person once he's in office. But you don't want to go to a fucking Bloomberg speech.
And not very tall either.
Yeah, he's a tiny little thing. Anna in Annapolis.
Hi, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. So the one that I think that the Democrats are going to prop up who does have that charisma, and we saw it in the primaries, is Beto O'Rourke.
I'm not buying it. I mean, he couldn't even win Texas.
If he would have took Texas, I would say, oh, man, maybe this is somebody like a year or two from now we could think about, But
also, I don't believe in the hipster candidates. The hipsters do not vote as much as they say they are going to vote.
Or if they do, then they're a smaller minority than, you know what I mean?
They shouldn't be. The fucking young people should be a majority in the votes. They just don't show up. Every living elderly person shows up. With young people, it's like 1 out of 3. Not that they won't wear a Beto fucking shirt for a while. They will. But they ain't voting. That we've proven that. What you really want to get on your side, and what the Democrats had for generations, was working families. The same people who show up crazy for Trump.
Yeah.
Crazy for Trump. Chris, you got somebody.
I was gonna say Bloomberg, but I think you broke up the point because I think because Bloomberg's just as good as a businessman as Trump, or better actually.
Nobody's voting for Trump because he's a good businessman. That's a mythology. They voted for Trump because this was a really fun thing. He said it's all going to be easy. He's a television star more than he's a business guy. And if you go back and watch the promises, he's like, this will be simple. We'll get it done. First day, we're going to change the healthcare. First day, we get Mexico to pay for the wall. People believed in all that. You know, I was thinking about Trump, and when I was a kid in Philly, there was a guy who was kind of doing the Trump thing himself, and that was Frank Rizzo. And Frank Rizzo was pro-family, pro-law and order, anti-minorities are going to change things. I mean, it was that blunt. And they voted for him no matter how much fucking trouble he got into.
And he's the one who dropped the fucking bomb, right? On the
No. That happened after him, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was a black dude that did it. And Chester had a guy who ran on the same, his name was Necrelli, ran on the same type of thing. And when I see Trump, I'm always thinking of both those guys that were able to say to working families, I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry about a thing. Whether they did it or not, people need something to believe in.
Yeah.
And the Democrats aren't going to bring that.
Daley in Chicago was kind of the same way.
Daley in Chicago was the same exact guy. And these were Democrats. Every guy that I'm bringing up was a Democrat. And now they've turned that over and gave it to the Republicans. Look at her standing up. She really thinks she's standing for real.
She does.
It's adorable. Every picture of her looks different. And let me tell you something. She's never going to stand in those nutty shoes. Those shoes don't even make sense at all.
It's no traction.
No. I wouldn't mind running Chris Stanley in 2020.
I can give it a shot. I mean, I'm from New York. People seem to like that these days.
You're from New York. You like to get wasted.
Yeah.
Which who doesn't?
I'll have that against Trump, actually, because he doesn't. Like, who can trust this man? He won't even take a drink with me.
I hear people say, oh, he's the kind of guy I like to have a beer with. And I'm like, he doesn't drink beer with anybody.
Oh, my God.
He doesn't
Yeah,
party.
he's the opposite of that type of guy. I mean, not only because he doesn't drink, but I don't think he comes off as approachable.
I can't even figure out who's going to run for the Democrats. I'm sure it'll be a woman and probably a black woman. You know what I mean? Or a trans person. Somebody
Good.
that they can get behind and care about. Steve in Florida.
Yeah, how you doing? You guys ever thought about Gavin Newsom?
Is that the guy who started the Proud Boys? Is that the Gavin we're talking about?
So Gavin Newsom, he's the lieutenant governor of California. He just got elected there. He's the
Who's the I guess we got to go back to Reagan since we... See, here's the thing. In California, the Democrats are going to cover. They're going to cover New York. What you really could use is that Midwestern guy the way Obama was.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, let's face it. California is the land of fruits and nuts.
I mean, Biden would have a chance against Trump.
Steve in Alabama. Steve.
Hey, this guy kind of fits into what you're saying and kind of doesn't. He will get the old people out, but he's not charismatic. And I don't know, but if somebody could coax Al Gore into running, I think he could beat Trump.
Al Gore couldn't even beat Bush.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think going backwards is not the way. And that's why when you hear like a Bernie or whatever.
Or Hillary.
But Bernie even quit the party. I wouldn't let him back in. That's the thing. Like normally this is the time that the party should be pulling together, not even leaving it up to the people. Like we need to find a superhero. We need somebody who can lie like Trump and at the same time do the shit we want. Maybe a Mexican who will pay for the wall.
He always said they'd pay.
He's insistent on it.
It is funny when you get out of New York and you meet the Trump people. I met some people that seemed totally normal till you got to Trump. And this was the interesting thing. Even, I just have fun with people. I don't fucking take any of it serious. And even when I brought up the shit that Trump was lying about, like, when they were yelling, lock her up. I mean, by heard, you mean his son? And they weren't taking it personally. They don't care that he lies.
Yeah.
He could be the world's biggest liar and is. Doesn't bother them. Earl, do you take it personal when you see whether people are Democrats or Republicans? Their biggest concern is your community?
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, they really aren't. They just want to take a shot at that community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever conversation comes up, it's always about Chicago. Chicago always comes.
Not that anyone's ever been to the South Side Chicago in their life. You know what I mean? Never is, but they're concerned with. Well, even then, I had people the other night when they were talking about build that wall. I'm like, you couldn't be further away from Mexico. You're almost in Canada.
Yeah, they'll be like, you'll be talking about one thing that's happening here in New York. Yeah, but what about the black people in Chicago? They're shooting each other, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? So it's obviously a problem, but it's not a problem that you didn't have in L.A. or in New York either.
Mike in Connecticut.
Hey guys, Eric Garcetti, mayor of Los Angeles.
All right, yeah.
He's, I think, a Latino. Gil Garcetti's son from the OJ case is a lawyer, Latino. I think he's half Jewish, too. He checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like this is the thing that happens to the Democrats. They're always trying to check minority things. Like, first of all, if you're a minority, you should be voting Democrat for yourself. Why not get somebody who can get those swing votes, not push away swing votes?
Right.
I'm thinking about a Jewish trans person who was bullied in school. That would be helpful. Mike in New York.
Hey, I was thinking about General Mateus. Mad Dog would be a good my pick.
He's gotten steamrolled already. I mean, that guy, he's fucking toothless.
Yeah,
he's a toothless Mad Dog.
And they say they might just fire him also.
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't keep him from running. But yeah, I don't see him as being a guy who can go for it. Ray in Georgia. Ray.
Hey, I think they're going to have a hard time because as soon as they announce somebody, Trump's going to go after them and find every piece of dirt on them that he can before they even get a chance to start running.
Well,
he get a chance to start running.
The thing about Trump that is so kind of great is he doesn't get dirt on people. He attacks them physically.
Yeah.
So,
most of it you can see.
Like old school, like Nixon would get dirt on people and try dirty tricks. H.W. Bush, no one's bringing that up now that he's the saint, but he ran one of the most racist things you've ever seen with Willie Horton.
Willie Horton I remember I think in high school, my jaw dropped so hard to the floor seeing that, and I'm like, I cannot believe this is on television right now. And it ran heavy.
And now they're acting like this was a better time. So, but Trump doesn't do stuff like that. He just fucking yells at people. Like when he started calling Hillary Clinton Tits McGee, I'm like, this is fucking over.
This is
done because she does look like a McGee. Sal, and I hope it's Sal Vancano in Staten Island.
No, sorry, I'm not an Impractical Joker.
Too bad.
But I want to let you know, I voted Trump, but if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson ran against him, I would vote for The Rock.
Yeah, I don't see that kind of stuff happening. That's just done for fun. I guess if there was somebody like The Rock that had some experience, because he does have charisma. Yes, Earl.
Maybe because if we're going by the whole, like, for lack of a better term, cult of personality, like a guy like someone like a Clooney, George Clooney,
Clone Dog.
I think
I'd rather his wife.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, That's how bad we've got that we're like, what celebrity can we use? Kevin in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I like Charlie Baker. I know he's a Republican, but he's from Massachusetts. I think he could take down Trump.
Yeah, the fact that you have to even bring that up to people, yeah, it's too far of a ride.
Let's just throw in Alexandra Ocasio, even though she's just a minute into Congress.
If there's ever a made up thing, it's her. It's just, and the fact that the Democrats are letting the Republicans do that, you know what I mean? They are like, oh, look who they really are over there. Look who they are. She should have her fucking head down for the next 15 years, you know? And she's still running on the Aren't I Young stuff. God, that party's fucked up. John in Texas. John.
Yeah, I just was going to make the point that I know that Oprah Winfrey has talked about it for the Democrat side.
Never. This is one of those weird things that comes up. As soon as it got talked about, Oprah said she wouldn't do it. And the fact that that kind of stuff still gets talked about goes to show that the Democrats will never get their shit together.
I mean, I left the party because they don't have it together. They haven't had it really together.
Why don't you try to work from the inside, Earl, instead of quitting? What do you get by quitting?
I just think that you have to go independent. You have to have both parties really work for your vote. And those are the swing voters now. It's so split and it's so divided.
There's no such thing as a swing voter in New York City. There isn't at all. You're making that up, Earl. Just like the way that you're trying to be the swing voter in between Sirius and the Hard Rock. That's the only place that your vote counts. You're trying to serve two masters, like Chris Stanley.
I serve but one master.
Really?
Yes.
Were you at that bad gig I did the other night in fucking
I wasn't in
northern Connecticut, as far north as you could go?
No, I was not there.
You must have been with another master then.
I was in Brooklyn.
What were you doing? Driving Louis J. Gomez around? Pick up gambling money?
I don't have a license. Earl, join the reform party with me. Come on over.
No, I'm liking my independence a little bit.
What about Working Families Party?
Dig a lot.
His family doesn't work. Why don't you join the government cheese party, Earl? Why don't you become a wig?
Cruel laugh at
Yeah.
that.
I know.
He's just so cruel.
Why don't you bull moose party? That should be it for you, Earl. I think America would vote for anybody that could tear a telephone book in half.
Hell yeah.
Young people don't even know what a telephone book is. You know, what do they want to do? Fucking their Atari games up in their bedrooms.
Barely know
CD
what
players.
a phone booth is.
Walkmans.
Chris in Annapolis.
Hey, I was wondering if you guys had talked about Condoleezza Rice yet.
Well, she would have to run in the Republican primary. And there's nothing, you know, she's not a progressive at all. Nor did I think she was that popular when she was in the government.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, she was always kind of a personality in the way that, like, you know, she was always discussed, but I feel like we never really got to know her
Yeah.
as a politician in any way.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't run for office. She was
Yeah.
appointed to office. The only thing that worked about her when, you know, last name Rice is always funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see that.
Yeah.
She should just take that gig with the Browns. Let's do one season.
But the Packers had a big firing.
Mike McCarthy fired after 13 seasons.
13 seasons, I think 9 trips to the playoffs, and a Super Bowl victory. Fuck you, Mike. Get out.
You lost to the Cardinals. Fucking at home. Beat it.
But I mean, what do they get by firing him so early? A jump on the other coaches? Who would not want to be the coach of the Green Bay Packers?
Oh yeah, that's what people are saying. That yeah. So now they get to start looking for a coach, whatever, 4 or 5 weeks before everyone else gets fired.
Why can't they look for a coach even while he's there?
I don't know.
They could have even made the announcement, you're a lame duck. You know, retire or we'll fire you. I think it always looks bad in the middle of a season when you fire a coach.
It looks
Yeah.
awful. I don't think the Packers have ever done this. I don't think they've ever fired a coach mid-season.
Their quarterback hates him so much.
Yeah.
But their quarterbacks also played hurt this whole season.
Yeah.
Like from week 2, people are like, "Yo, he could be out the season," and he wasn't.
I think it was broke his clavicle or something like that.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh.
But way to catch up.
Yeah, he had a knee injury in the second week.
That was way off.
Yeah, the Jet fans are already screaming that they should hire Mike McCarthy once they fire Todd Bowles.
I think the Raiders should trade John Gruden to the Packers. Have that happen to him again.
I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't matter what the Jets do. They are snake bit.
Cursed.
They're the Democratic Party of fucking football.
No. It's really bad
True.
then.
It's true, though.
50 years and counting.
Well, the Patriots just went to the playoffs for their 18th straight year. And to show you how impossible that is, last year the 4 big teams were, at the end of the season, the Patriots, Jacksonville Jags, Minnesota Vikings, and the Eagles. It looks like the Patriots are the only team going back this year.
Yeah.
Everybody predicted, the Eagles are going to be tough. The Vikings are going to be incredible. They've improved. And the Jags have improved. None of that turned out to be true.
They've all regressed. Kirk Cousins, with Kirk Cousins going to Minnesota, everyone predicted like, oh my God, they're going to be unstoppable.
Because he's Cousins. He's Kirk Cousins. And you'll find Kirk Cousins ought to run on the fucking Democratic ticket under the banner. I have no idea what to do. I have all the ambition in the world, but I don't know how to put it together. I'm Kirk Cousins. They had to call him Kissing Cousins because that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what it feels like when you got him as your QB. And remember what a step up that was supposed to be for Minnesota.
Well, he was like supposed to be the hottest free agent quarterback like in years or whatever. He got a shitload of money.
And then the Eagles were like, "Oh, forget the guy who fucking won the Super Bowl. I can't wait till we get Trent Dilfer back in there. He's going to throw more 9-10-yard passes than you could ever imagine. He doesn't throw picks because he doesn't go far enough for anything to happen. His best fucking pass is a handoff. Cause he's Cousins. He's Kirk Cousins on TV." But I will say this. Trying to predict who's going to be the president 2 years from now is the same as trying to predict who's going to win the Super Bowl
Really is.
2 years from now. A lot of shit happens between now and then. 2 years before, if you would have even thought anyone, a single person, would have voted for Trump to run for president, you would have been laughed out of fucking Dogsville.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Like, oh, is he going to try to run?
It was a hilarious joke. And they're like, he can't even keep his TV show afloat. Gary Busey made him look like an idiot. But Earl quit. He dropped out of the mainstream. Your vote now means nothing, Earl.
I don't know. I just wanted to take a step back, be an independent for at least one election, see where it goes.
Do you say erection?
Election.
Why don't you fucking join the Weatherman, Earl, and fucking try to bomb a goddamn townhouse in the West Village? Is that your idea of change? Because that's not change I'm down with, brother.
Not a violent man.
Did you watch Escape last night on, what is it, Showtime?
I did not.
I did.
Did you watch it, Gail?
I didn't watch it yet. I recorded.
I'll just say this. There wasn't a lot of dialogue in it. You know what I mean? It was tense as shit, though. And depressing.
Did the claustrophobia kick in at all?
The claustrophobia has been with me since fucking jump. The outside of that building makes me claustrophobic. Living in that town makes me claustrophobic. Because those people, they still, the jailers seem like they're in jail to me.
Yeah, they're all miserable. And it's just gray and dark. And
Just reminds me of Purchase, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's always snowing.
Like, pretty similar.
It'd be like April, still snowing.
It's Purchase without the exams.
Sounds better.
Food might be better.
You don't like the DH?
I preferred that DH to the hub.
Was that designated hitter?
Dining hall.
Melted cheese day was always everyone was very excited for that.
I remember I went up there for a show once, and it was Dining Hall and John Oates. And I'm like, these fucking guys. I mean, all kidding aside. Yeah. And she's not even sucking with him. She's just moving her gum around to
she's
stop
just
the
like,
pain.
Poor thing. Oh.
A week from tomorrow, Unmasked with the Stars and director of Stan and Ollie, Steve Coogan, John C. Reilly, and John S. Baird. It's happening next Tuesday, December 11th, 12:30 p.m. here at the SiriusXM studios. Go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
Chris, are you coming to that one?
I will be there.
Or are you going to treat that the way that you did to my OTB gig up in Connecticut?
I will be at this Unmasked.
Now that's weird because I would have thought you would have enjoyed an OTB gig.
I love it. I didn't know there was an OTB there.
And
not only was it a giant OTB, right? And we were upstairs from it, but you could smoke there.
What?
This is actually built for you, Chris.
That's all I ever wanted.
They were running like California stuff, but also Meadowlands were running late the other night.
That's strange.
Yeah.
They usually don't have the late races until September, October.
I didn't think it was, but somebody told me, they said, that's the Meadowlands right there. I go, well, I'm going to have to take you at the fucking word. You know what I mean?
You seem like a liar, but
Because
okay.
I don't know a lot of tracks. I know Saratoga. I feel like I can spot that. Because I fly my Learjet up there. And then for some reason, I have clouds in my coffee. I guess I'm vain.
In my coffee.
Hey, Hard Rock Johnny. You remember Johnny, Gail?
I do. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, Benningtons.
Hey.
Yeah, the Big M is running. The Big M's running weekends, Friday, Saturday.
I didn't know
Live
that we
racing.
call it the Big M.
The Big M. It's not to be confused with the Big A.
Big M. I just see Ron Bennington's here. How come
made
we
me
never
laugh
get him
at you.
to drop in during the week?
It's my fault. I'll look in again, Big A in here. It's hard to contact him because he doesn't have any.
It isn't hard every Thanksgiving. We get him every single Thanksgiving.
He can only be contacted via email.
Via
email. You used to have
Or
WhatsApp.
Johnny, your Giants really wasted our time yesterday. Having that thing go, I go, what was the purpose of the fourth quarter?
That made me laugh out loud. You're like,
this game?
if the Giants win, what was the whole point of the fourth quarter? It made no sense. It was just terrible. Absolutely. But they won in the end, which really, did they really win? Because now they have other people ahead of them in the draft.
I don't believe in that playing for the draft shit. You know what I mean?
Seems
Now they're-
shitty.
you know what?
Well, you
they're
never
playing-
know what these idiots are going to do. You never know who's going to be fucking good. How many times has there been some quarterback that everyone's like, this fucking guy's going to own the league, and they never do?
It happens every year.
I think Kirk Cousins was one of them.
Yeah, and RG3.
You're now mocking.
RG3 was very excited to get back into the game yesterday.
Yeah, that was exciting to see him.
Actually, nothing beats, though, what happened on the Saturday night game there with the quarterback who got benched in the national championship game comes out from the sideline after being the starter all year and comes back and leads Alabama to a victory.
You know,
after the stupidest coaching move I've ever seen.
I wanted to see Alabama lose that just for spite. You know what I mean?
I did as well.
I at my gig next to the OTB was easily the biggest sports bar I'd ever seen in my life. And they had the game was on a fucking TV as big as this building. And
that's big.
While I'm watching the game, I could hear Voss like, and I like to, my daughter says she wanted a black baby. So, the disappointment of saying that,
I know.
George win, and then right after the game, the George is like, I still think we should go to the playoff. I'm sorry, dude.
You lost.
We don't want to fucking see it. But I thought Ohio State would go before Oklahoma. I was very surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people were weirded out.
Was I one of those people that was weirded out, Chris?
Weirded out.
I don't think Notre Dame belongs in there, but that's just my own personal opinion.
You're anti-Catholic, and you always have been. And this is the reason why Fez Whatley will never like you.
I was trolling Barca a little bit yesterday.
You a Protty?
No,
He's an Italian
I'm
Protestant.
Catholic. I just don't like Notre Dame.
You're not a practicing Catholic. Because there
I'm a
is
lapsed
no Catholic that doesn't have a soft spot for Notre Dame.
No, I have no love for Notre Dame. I'm a
That's like a
Clemson
Jew
fan.
saying he doesn't like to watch the Seinfeld show.
Blasphemous.
You'll be cast out for that. The elderly.
I saw
elderly women.
thing the other day with young people. They were showing the Seinfeld show too, and seeing what they thought of it. It was something on YouTube, and a lot of them were like pretty offended. There's a lot of race, gender stuff that goes on there,
Yeah.
which I always thought of it as like his comedy being fairly,
Yeah.
middle of the road.
Especially in comparison to, I thought Friends was more like that.
Friends is like that, and they're making a big deal that Friends is being taken off Netflix on January 1st, and I'm like, are you really going to Netflix to see a show that you should have seen every episode 8 times by now? My favorite is when Joey had sex with Jennifer Aniston.
That happened?
Yeah, last season. And anal sex.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She said she had some kind of a weird, she called it a polyp, but that couldn't be it. But she goes, we can only do it from behind.
Chris, binge it for us and try to find the episode.
I will.
You can binge it and then listen to Meet My Friends, The Friends, a podcast by Tom Sharpling. Goes through every episode of Friends.
Is he a Friends guy?
I guess he is now.
Yeah.
Now that
he loves Friends. All right, Johnny. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I hate to say it, but I have this feeling about the Cowboys.
Fuck.
You're a National League East guy, though. I like that. How about for you?
New Orleans Saints.
Chris?
The Chargers.
Wow, that's a shocker. Gail?
What Super Bowl doesn't exist?
And I am going to pick, as of today, the Los Angeles Rams.
All right.
Who picked the Saints? You, Chris?
That was
Earl? Could be interesting until I saw him play Dallas. And they were terrible.
That was a terrible game to watch.
Terrible. Juliet, who do you want? Monk? Monk in the pacifier?
Shock the monkey?
Monkey has a pacifier. She just likes to play with the mic.
She does.
All right, talk to you later, Johnny.
Peace, Johnny.
Later.
Peace, and enjoy the reason for the season, okay? Remember, it's Christ, not Santa Claus. That's the reason for the season. And Stanley's always going like this. I'm so excited. It's going to be Christmas. And he points at himself.
Every year.
Chris.
Love it. Get it? Because that's my name.
Yeah, we got it.
Where do you put the T then?
It's just CHRIS.
Yeah, but so that isn't your name. That's what I'm saying. Chris is all part of the. There's focus on me now. The last thing that Chris ever likes is if I turn to look at him. Then it's like I'm out of here.
He does like if you're making fun of Earl, though.
Vito, did you find those clips?
I have the one clip that was mentioned on the email.
Yes, and then remember he said it the other day.
Yeah, that's the one I'm still looking for.
Okay.
Very curious.
Ezra caught you in something, the same thing that you were accused of the other day.
Oh, no.
And that is, well, bring up what the joke was. Maybe Chris remembers when he did it. By the way, I gave this to him days ago.
It was Chris's joke about how the new Chris Pine movie Outlaw King looks like a Bud Light commercial.
Do you remember when you did that?
That was the first break of a show last week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right, look at that, and rather than sit there and finger your own ass, you know.
I'll finger my own ass for both of us.
Why? Why would he do that?
Doesn't make sense, but don't look at him.
Baby in a room.
I got the ass fingering down. He doesn't have to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Like Vita, Earl's getting upset.
He doesn't like that stuff.
You like when the baby wears a hoodie?
I do. It's
Me
my
too.
favorite. That's why
I'm
I put her
like,
in
what
them
are
all the
you,
time.
Like Mr. Robot? That's what I think every time. Like, are you the Mr. Robot for babies? Because I want to do that, but with a speak and spell. Now, there's a movie out. Somebody did a shot-for-shot movie for Annie Hall. And they did it using elderly people, right? Like people from an old age home. So it's like Annie Hall, you know, and it's all in my neighborhood. And it's fucking adorable.
What?
I saw it
wanna
on
see
CBS
this.
Sunday. Like, she's all excited.
She loves Annie Hall, so this is very exciting.
Everybody
for her.
should. The CBS Sunday morning Annie Hall remake. So supposedly Woody is like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Because you know how a lot of people try to do a cease and desist. So go ahead and play it, Chris. I'll play a little bit
Move
of it.
forward or it dies. And I think what we got on our hands is a dead shark.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Jane Pauley.
What would prompt a special group of fans of Woody Allen's Annie Hall to reimagine that classic movie as their
So you didn't
Annie
want to do it
Hall?
from the old
With
people.
Serena Altschul. We're about to find out.
Look at Serena.
There's an old joke. Two elderly women are at a Catskill Mountain resort.
It's one of
And
my
them
favorite
says,
street jokes
"Boy,
of
the
all
food at
time.
This place is really terrible." The other one says, "Yeah, I know, and such small portions."
This is Alvy Singer, played by Woody Allen in his 1977 Oscar-winning film,
Annie Hall?
Annie Hall.
Huh, baby?
There's this old joke about two elderly women at a resort in the Catskill Mountains.
This is also Alvy Singer, played by 94-year-old Harry Miller.
And one of them says, "Boy, food in here is terrible, and the portions are too small."
Of course, you don't recognize him.
Oh, well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la.
There's no Diane Keaton either.
This is Annie Hall.
Hi. Annie is played by 74-year-old Shula Chernick.
It had to be you.
Is it adorable?
It had to be you.
This is a remake you've never seen.
Don't do that. Go to that one. There.
Maybe we should just call the police.
A 30-minute version starring seniors called My Annie Hall.
Here, Alvy.
Oh, go away.
How often do you sleep together?
Hardly ever. Oh, maybe 3 times a week.
Constantly. I'd say 3 times a week.
This new version has a life all of its own, still sticking to the original film's witty banter and sexual humor.
Alvy.
Well, what's the matter?
What's the matter? What? I thought.
How cute is this?
When we were rewriting the script, we never wanted sex for their age to be a joke.
And never to be at the expense of age. That was never the intent.
That's a lie.
The project is the brainchild of millennial duo 29-year-old Matt Starr and 25-year-old Ellie Sachs. It all began when Starr was visiting his grandmother, who had early onset Alzheimer's.
She would look at me and she would say, "How was school?" And I'd been
I
out
dig
of school
the
for a
Exile
few
Main
years.
Street
I'd answer,
shirt too.
she'd
She's
turn
wearing.
away, take a bite, and she'd say, "So how was school?" And it just became
So
these
how was
cyclical
school?
conversations. It's really sad.
We'll always have Paris.
I wish Jeffrey Gurian was in this. Hi, I'm Comedy Matters' own Jeffrey Gurian.
He saw a big change
You're
in his
supposed to be playing a character.
And I
I
noticed
gotta get
that
my
she started
plug in.
reciting the lines. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
People
So I
like
played
to
the
hear
role
about
opposite
me,
her,
what
and I
I've
started
done, what I'm
reciting lines
doing.
Back. I said, this is a really great way to communicate.
You found
Comedy smatters.
into her past and communication.
Exactly. And I was like, maybe I can do this on a larger scale.
Still, he didn't know where to start until he talked to Ellie Sachs.
And I said, I have this
I
great
said,
idea.
Ellie
I have
Sachs,
no
can
idea
you
how to
help
do it."
me?
And she said, no, I do.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
how it started.
Yes,
That's how it started.
But it looked like curtains before it even began. 10 senior homes rejected their
Atlantic Hill.
idea. Until
Now,
they turned
stop this for a second. A friend of mine would go up there for lunch. It's like $1.75, and they feed even people that aren't part of it in the neighborhood. Yeah, go ahead.
New York City.
I don't know how
And
old
they
you got
got
to be.
it. They got the
You're
story.
probably very close
And
to being able to go
seniors
there for
like Harry
$1.75.
Miller and Shula
Very starchy
Chernick,
from what I
they
understand.
got it too.
But I immediately said yes. I don't know if I picked up on their enthusiasm, but it just seemed like such a creative topic.
I want
The fact that they were willing to deal with older people. And I said, well, we can do this. So we did.
Singing in the
rain, just singing in the rain.
The seniors were shown several trailers.
They would
to
never be able to pull off
choose
Singing in the Rain.
But the final vote was cast.
One of the things that makes Annie Hall really special is that it's a memory movie, and I think that the film as a whole really asks the question, what do we choose to remember and why?
That's my neighborhood right there where he is.
Happy couple. Are you?
In a long-term relationship, how do you two remain happy?
I'm very shallow and empty.
Well, we're both incredibly
What a
vapid,
great
and neither of
movie
us have
Hall is,
any
right?
original thoughts.
And I have no ideas and nothing
Look how high Woody wears his pants. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Very high and then a
Project
wide
itself
leg.
became
Look, this is my movie theater.
Remember. What was going
Which, by
to
the
be
way,
a simple
Vito attacked.
remake filmed on an iPhone turned into a large-scale production.
That's my blog.
More than $10,000 was raised to turn their dream into a 20-person crew and 3 months of shooting. Not to mention pounds and pounds.
I feel like
of
I could have come
live
up with this idea and done it. I got 10 G's. I find myself talking to the screen. All right, enough, Chris.
Chris is obsessed with this.
Just want to see that one ended.
Give it I'll tell you how it ends. You're turning it off. That's the ending. Now get upstairs, brush your teeth, and get to bed. Beep, 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 beep. Somebody said when Ron says working families, that means predominantly white people. Yes, that's who the Democrats lost, white people. They have gained minorities, but they lost white people, middle-class white people. I don't deny that that's a stereotype, but first the fucking Republicans crushed the unions and then pulled those people in to their party. The reason why I became a Democrat was not because I was worried about anything but, hey, who's going to help me against the corporations? Because I thought for sure I'd be working in a factory.
And it's proven now that you will not get white women's vote without white men's vote.
And by the way, of being so like PC that thinking I was faking it and trying to use code words, no, I'm up front about it. White working people who is missing from that party. But you who are always looking for, what's the little slight we can focus on? That's the fucking problem right now. You've won the fucking PC battles, but you're losing elections. And losing erections.
You don't
in
wanna
that
lose
order.
that.
It's terrible.
There's a pill for that, though.
And you are correct. The white woman is not going to vote for women. She's going to vote for her family, which means supporting her husband's vote.
Yep.
Period. Or maybe that's just rude to even say that. Maybe that her thing isn't about women's rights at all. It's about family rights. White family rights. Now look, I've been in the Proud Boys for 7 months, and we're going through some shit right now.
Okay, first of all, I had no idea you were a Proud Boy.
Well, I'm pretty proud, and this is a place to show it.
There's no leadership there right now.
Looks like it
There's
could
an
be open
opening.
for a guy like me, radio guy like myself.
Not like that comment.
I'm not a proud boy, honey. I'm not a proud boy.
Is your papa Proud Boy? Yeah, he is. He's a Proud Boy.
Why don't we take a break here, Earl? And then you can get your shit together. Right back to Bennington Show. Kara says, Democrats suck, Eagles suck. Fun day with the hashtag Bennington Show today. Well, we can't be there for you every day, Kara. Boop, boop, boo. Jason, South Jersey. Jason.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you first off. You used to play really good music, and I am a huge fan now, and I had tickets here before I missed it because I was in a rough spot, but I'm going to see her this December, and you should definitely play more edgy Americana stuff.
So who you got tickets to see?
Lily Hyatt.
Oh, love her. She is my favorite. Where are you going to see her at?
Amazing. Philly.
She coming back to New York,
forget
Chris?
the venue.
I'm gonna check.
I don't know if she's coming through New York, but she's coming through Philly again. She came through with Town Van Zandt,
Yeah.
and I missed it. But a couple years ago, you guys were talking. It's been bugging me for years about the beer glasses in dive bars in Philly.
Yeah.
They used to be the tall, skinny glasses, and you guys couldn't figure out. You talked about it for an hour.
Right.
And it's still bugging me to this day what those glasses were called.
Yeah, we never found out. They don't have a name on it. But the old dive bars, old men bars, used to have really thin beer glasses that, I never saw them used anywhere else. Yes.
Willie Hyde's performing in Brooklyn on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve.
Wow. That kind of sucks. Who's she with? Because we can't get her on the show then.
Trinity Lane.
Trinity Lane is the name of the album, Earl. You act like you know everything there is about music, and then you act like she's just with a band called Trinity Lane.
She'll be with Margot Price.
Congratulations, Margot. Damn, we're not going to be able to get her back in here. George W. Bush just landed back in D.C. Looks like he's getting a 21-gun salute for his arrival. Sometimes I look and I go, is my funeral going to be this big or is it going to be smaller?
I say it's going to be just as big, if not bigger. And a 42-gun salute.
That's ridiculous.
I don't
That's
know if
too
it's
much.
ridiculous. I think it's just enough.
You know what, Chris? I'd believe that you could pull that off.
Yeah.
But I see how old and crumbly you're letting your peanut butter crackers get.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And when they came in, do you remember I complimented you on how fresh they were?
Yes.
Now they're falling apart like an Egyptian mummy.
Looks like I'm going to have to re-up on crackers.
Vito finally found that thing where Ezra busted you. So here's what we're going to do. Because the other day you reused the joke.
Yeah.
And they caught you. I forget what that one was.
That one was you're talking about serial killers and TED Talks, and I said that's a Ted Bundy talk. And I got nothing.
And then we remembered that somebody had remembered that you had done that earlier. All right, this is you. Do it to the day that it did very, very well. Man, that director just made another movie about fucking Middle Ages fucking hitting each other with swords. And I watched the whole movie to see if it could kick in, and it didn't.
It's on Netflix, right?
I don't know where it is, Chris. What do you want me to fucking do? Come over your house and put it on for you? All of us have a responsibility to find out where things are playing.
The trailer looked like a Bud Light commercial.
Chris just made a fucking joke, a dilly joke that worked.
Dude, that was really fucking funny. Oh,
All right,
God.
so there he is, just basking in his popularity.
Loving it.
His newfound popularity.
Feeling good
Now
about
let's go back. Ezra found this a month earlier.
This was about 2-3 weeks earlier.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's take a listen.
Are you thinking about the fucking the Chris Pine movie, the medieval movie?
No, that fucking movie looks like a Bud Light commercial.
I'm ordered 2119. Pepper, can you write something special on mine, please? There you are, completely ignored it. It looked like I was ordering lunch from somewhere. But do you get in the back of your head, oh, that bit did not work, I'll just retry it?
I just thought it was funny, and I thought I'd throw it out there again. I wanted to give it a shot.
So you literally were doing it on purpose?
That actually might have been just I heard you talk about the movie. And I was like, this is what I know about the movie because I only saw the trailer.
He misses my point.
The point is,
you have a joke. You had a joke.
You were confident about the joke that you thought, I'm going to try that joke again?
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, because I thought I knew it was funny. I just thought the first time broke my heart.
In my heart, I know it's funny. Or are you unconsciously just thinking the same thing for the first time, like Groundhog Day?
I'm pretty sure. I'm positive it's the former, not the latter.
Well, I'm clearly glad that you did. I enjoyed the hell out of the joke. I'm sorry I missed it the first time.
It's okay. We all enjoyed it the second time.
Willie, in West Virginia.
Yeah, them glasses you're talking about, the old dive bar glasses with the naked women on, they were originally for Long Island iced tea.
I don't think there's the Long Island iced tea is more of a cocktail glass. I mean, you might put a highball in these shitty little glasses, but they're just depressing alcoholic glasses more than anything.
Where you could fit 6 ounces of a beer in it, right?
Maybe, yeah. And they're always they were dirty and scratchy and looked like they hadn't been really made in this country in many, many years. Tim in Maryland.
Hey, Ronnie B, how you doing today?
Good.
Hey, it's a 7-ounce shell glass. My dad used to have the bar up in Pennsylvania, but not in Philly, but outside of Pennsylvania. And he used to do 15-cent beers and 25-cent shots.
That sounds like the kind of thing, exactly what I'm talking about. But even when you're using it here, Chris,
Yeah.
we're not really coming across these things.
Is it shell glass?
Yeah, shell, like seashell.
Yeah, that's not coming up. At least in the Google
I'm
image.
telling you, I don't think that they made these glasses since the 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
These were like old dive bar, shitty fucking glasses. It looks like Tom Waits should be drinking out of this glass. Tim in Canada.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, man.
Hey, you guys, what do you guys know about Gavin McInnes being totally thrown under the bus as a white supremacist with the whole Proud Boys situation?
Yeah, we were surprised because that bit was put together like a ridiculous joke. And I guess it got carried away because I never thought that those would be the kind of guys that were scrapping.
No.
But, at the end of the day, they pulled back a little too late. They could have pulled back before that.
Yeah.
And they didn't. But, like Gavin said, he was never the leader. It's always, in my opinion, it's trouble whenever there's anything without a leader. Everything needs to have somebody go, calm the fuck down. Every time that you have some kind of a weird movement without a leader and they brag about it, that place is heading for fucking Shitsville.
Yeah, it falls apart. Or in this case, I guess just imploded. I don't know. I guess there's still Proud Boys out there.
I don't know, Chris. You always knew more about it than me. You said you couldn't be a Proud Boy because you like to masturbate too much.
Yeah, it feels too good.
Yeah.
And I could do it whenever I want. Well, you didn't for
Earl,
good reason.
could you be a Proud Boy? You could be a black Proud Boy. They were taking black guys as long as you swore to European culture.
No, I could not be a Proud Boy at all.
What rock band do you think most would attract Proud Boys?
Limp Bizkit.
Interesting call. Maybe the definitive call. They were like a bunch of Limp Bizkit guys.
What about The Cure?
No way.
No?
Limp Bizkit, it's got to be American, Chris.
Oh, you're right.
And Limp Bizkit was the thing that I thought started as a joke and then got it carried away to people who were breaking shit. And I'll tell you this, Fred Durst needs to rehearse.
I think he needs to reverse what he's saying.
Did you see that Brett Favre got pulled into, someone had him say something about the...
Explain it to me.
All right, so there's this service called Cameo, and you can pay celebrities to say shit. Celebrities can choose what they say, and they can, and so he chose...
First of all, you're not making any sense. You can have celebrities say shit, and then you say celebrities choose what they want to say.
So you sign up for Cameo. Say you're Brett Favre. I sign up for Cameo. Give me $500. I'll send out I'll record a message to you on video.
So this is something that Brett Favre says I'll do.
Yes.
And he gets the 500?
And he gets the 500. I'm sure Cameo gets a piece, but he gets most of it.
Okay.
All right. So then people see this on the Cameo website, and they send messages. Can you say this? Can you say that? And he gets to choose which one he's going to say for the 500.
So he only does this once? Why won't he do it around the clock?
He should be, but I guess he just chose to do this one. And this one, apparently, some white supremacist or white nationalist sent in a message, like a hidden message for him to say that he would think is just like a happy anniversary thing.
Well, that's not his fault. He was tricked.
First of all, here's the thing. He's saying, you give me $500, I'll tell you anything you want me to say. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Right.
And he's certainly not researching to look who it is. So he could easily be having me going like this. Hey, Tim Blake, best of luck with your sore back. And not knowing that I was sending the message from the guy who was the one who knocked him down the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brett Favre is responsible for what he says in this case, but let me hear it.
Brett Favre here with a shout out to the
Brett
Handsome
Favre.
Truth and the GDL boys. You guys are patriots in my eyes. So keep waking them up and don't let the small get you down. Keep fighting too. And don't ever forget the USS Liberty and the men and women who died on that day. God bless and take care.
So the GDL boys is apparently the Goyim Defense League And The Handsome Truth is some like anti-Semitic YouTube page. But she didn't look into it all. He was like, oh, The Handsome Truth and the GDL boys. Okay, I'll
But in his defense, he goes, look, they gave me $500. It cost me less than a minute. What do I give a shit what I'm saying? He could be saying hang the rich. Doesn't matter.
He's done a bunch of them. Like his flat rate is $500. He's done like 12 or 15 of them. And this is like a big new thing for celebrities to make money.
Who else is doing it?
Amy Miller bought one for me for a Big Brother contestant. I sent it to Chris.
All right, let me
All right, let's take a look at it. Amy Miller's the doll.
She's a sweetheart.
I think she was part of LA's 12 Days of Christmas, too.
She was.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Amy Miller's message, or the one she bought for.
Who's this from?
This is Haley from Big Brother.
Oh, we all love Haley.
Love Haley.
Hi, Vito. Thank you so much for being a fan this summer. I hope you really love the season. I think it's really cool that you have a podcast. I'm glad I was your favorite from season 20. So whoever Ron and Chris are, they're definitely wrong, and you have a really cool name.
When did this happen?
She got it for me like a week ago.
Now, what did she pay for that?
I think she said the Big Brother contestants go for around $20.
Well worth.
Then I'm going to have her for $20. Chris, I'm going to give you the 20.
Okay.
I want her to say, fuck you, Vito. I can't believe how much weight you've gained since the beginning of the year. You look like you smell like cheese.
Oh, man.
Smell like cheese. Haley, I'm going to send you this right now.
It's going to break my heart. But yeah, I got like wrapped up in a wormhole looking at all these different people on Cameo. My favorite was Dennis Rodman. If you look up Dennis Rodman's Cameo, he only has like 3 videos and he's just screaming and cursing on it.
All right, let me see.
Here's
So you can see other people's cameos.
Yeah,
These aren't private.
You can see the ones they've done in the past.
Hey, Kevin, it's your boy here, D-Rod. Thank you for hooking up Steven, man, for that Ashton Kutcher party, man. And guess what? By Southwest. Hey, man, I check my emails, man, all my facts and all that stuff like that. Where's my invitation, man? I want to be Snoop, too. Shit, fuck you. Have a good time, man.
Here's another
How much for him?
Chris, he's unavailable now, so I don't know the going rate that he
Priceless.
costs. I think Caitlyn Jenner's around 500.
We can get Caitlyn Jenner to say something?
Yeah, we can get Caitlyn Jenner to say. Like, go to the Bennington SXM Instagram.
1,000 now. She's bumped it up. A G
She's
for
doing good.
Caitlyn.
Let's see what she's done.
All right, here's for Britt.
Hi, Caitlyn Jenner here. Now, your sister-in-law contacted me, Britt, and said that it's your birthday. And I would sing happy birthday, but you don't want that. 40 years old. Oh my God, that is so young. Passed that many, many years ago. So happy birthday. And I also heard that you're going to El Dorado down in Cabo. It just so happens I was there last week. And what a wonderful place. Hope you play golf because it's a great golf course. But it's got great beaches, great, restaurants,
this
everything.
is dull.
It's wonderful.
Let me see one of the other ones.
All right.
Caitlin's good, though.
Say by the word.
Yeah.
Hi, Alira. It's Caitlyn Jenner here, and your boyfriend Luke reached out to me because and that's my dog Bertha wishing you a happy birthday. Now, I would sing happy birthday, but I'm going to spare you that. I just want you to have a great
She's really
time
caught up
tonight.
that she don't think
Enjoy
she has
yourself.
a good singing
28.
voice.
I'm worried about her confidence.
Find me another star. I love this. I love Cameo. See if you can get Cameo, the fucking disco band from the 70s, to do something. Or were they 80s?
Oh, Michael Rappaport.
Come on. Yes.
They were both, actually.
Okay, thank you. I was right then. Michael Rappaport.
He's
Let's
done
see
a
what
bunch.
Yeah.
He cost $100. All right, this is for Henry Garza, a.k.a. the Commish.
The 20K a month club, Fantasy Football League. The playoffs are about to start. Congratulations, Chuck, Kevin, Ivan.
He's doing a commercial
Joseph,
for them. This is cheaper than you can get them to do a commercial.
You guys made the fucking playoffs, but that really doesn't mean shit. Playoffs mean absolutely fucking nothing.
Hey, that's not true.
The only thing that matters is winning. And you know who's not gonna win? You know who's gonna just be sitting around with his with his dick in his hand for the rest of the fantasy football and regular football league.
Who?
You, Robbie, you fuck. 3-10. Henry. Garza. Kamish. You might want to think about replacing this motherfucker in 2019. 3-10, Robbie? Are you proud of yourself? How can you even call yourself a fantasy football player? 3-10? 3-10's not even 4-9. 3-10 is 3-10. Chuck, Kevin, Ivan, Joseph, Silvio, and
Nobody
you, Ricky.
really tries to put anything together here. They just feel like it's a magical. Like if the dog barks, shoot another one. Don't incorporate it.
Debo's on there from Friday.
Debo.
Is he listed?
Let's take a look.
Look up Tiny Lister.
Tiny
There he is,
Zeus.
on the right.
Tiny Zeus Lister.
All right, $60.
$60. Do we have any?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
All right, this one's for Dave.
Hey, Dave want me to, him and his family, happy St. Nick's.
He's driving.
To all yours and each and all. But he want me also let y'all know, y'all been some jerks. I'm talking about Kathy, Dutch, Royce, Jess, Mike. Y'all need to get it together.
He's reading.
Get it together or you will see that bicycle. And I don't wish that on nobody. Don't become no victim of Debo. So get yourself together and get humble and be grateful
Tiny
and
Zeus Lister is
appreciative.
crazy.
And you won't have to see
Let's
me
go
up.
and look at other stuff.
Terrell Owens is on there.
T.O.? All right, let's look at some of these. I don't even know who everybody is. Do you even know a lot of these people?
I
Carson Kressley.
A lot of them must be reality stars, right?
Yeah.
Look at
I like-
Larry Wilcox.
It seems like the bigger names.
Stuttering John. Let's see what Stuttering John gets.
$30 a message.
All right, let's see one.
This one's again for a Dave.
Same
Hey, Dave, how you doing,
He's laying
man?
in bed.
It's Stuttering John, formerly of the Howard Stern Show and the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Hope you're having a good day. I know it's been rough moving from Orland Park to Pittsburgh, but at least we all know that Harlem Nights is gotta be the worst movie ever made. Hope your day is going good, you bastard. Anyway,
I think
get
that's a
my book.
controversial statement
Easy for
he
you
made
to
there,
say.
too.
Hey, I love it. I reveal all the true shit about Howard, Jay Leno, Chelsea Handler,
He's plugging
Jimmy
his own
Kimmel,
book
that
now.
prick. Anyway, have a great holiday, and congrats on the move. I hope all is well. All right, buddy, I'll see you. Good
All right, keep going around.
All right.
Who's the biggest current star?
Go
There's
to-
Eric Griffin, Tom Arnold, who really didn't deliver any of those tapes.
No.
Ruth Buzzy, I can send that to Fezzi.
Jonathan Lipnicki, was that a child star?
Yeah. He was like the head weighs 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
The unknown comic is on there.
How do we know?
Could easily be somebody just scamming the system.
Man, it's funny. I don't know 90% of celebrities. Now I'm going to take it to 90.
Draco Malfoy of Harry Potter.
Oh, wow.
I'm very surprised by that one. All right, let's go see that one.
All right, Tom Felton.
I hope he's saying
How much is he
Spalding
getting?
shit.
$444 a
Jesus
message.
Christ.
Dude.
I'd rather hear from Stuttering John for a nice 30.
All right, this is for Emily Lloyd.
Hello, Emily Lloyd, you beautiful muggle.
Oh,
I'm
He doesn't
kidding,
know
you're a
what to
filthy
say.
mudblood, really. This is Tom Felton wishing you a bloody marvellous day. Rumours are abound around Hogwarts that you are working too hard. This will not stand. Okay, we can't have any more
The words
muggle
out
activity.
around Hogwarts
Blocking all the fun.
that a muggle played a magic joke on a dragon.
Of course, I missed you.
Oh,
Where the hell am
30
I?
quid.
I'm on some
Send it to me immediately.
do some promotion for my new show.
I go to another one.
Christy Stefano's got a page.
That really, by the way, that was the most embarrassing one yet.
Yeah, that hurt.
Christy Stefano's making $20 a cameo.
Well, let me see.
All right, here's Chris Stefano, entertainer. $20. This is for Troy.
What's up? It's Chris Stefano, a.k.a. Chrissy Bitchettes. Troy, listen to me. You need to grow up, okay? Your girlfriend got into the accident. It was your fault. You got to take responsibility, okay? You're in your 40s, and you started a band called Feed Nana. What are you doing? That is not good, okay? We need you to settle down, cut your hair, and get a real job, and just be a 24/7 karaoke. Yeah.
These things are hilarious.
These are amazing.
This seems like the perfect Christmas gift.
I know.
TJ Miller, $625.
All right, let's go see one with
All right.
TJ.
Bring up TJ. That's a good price. I think it's the most expensive so far.
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner was $1K.
Right.
Was she $1,000? Oh yeah, she was $1,000. But that's because their first one started doing so well.
All right, here's TJ.
Geez, Sarah, how does one find time to be head of product at Dribble and still draw, read, bike ride, laser cut, make toys, and eat shitty British?
He's too far away. Go to one where he's close.
What is going on?
Come on, Chris. Get back in the game. Is he on a plane or a train?
He's probably trying to avoid trains.
Yeah. Chris, stop trying to bring up controversial things. I apologize. All right, see what else we got.
Wesley Snipes, $500.
Oh, that's worth
Soon he purchased his own.
Actor Blade.
This is Blade.
All right, this is for Cousin Matt.
Cousin Matt's Halloween party is this Saturday. Make sure you get your $5 ass there before I make change. I'll stab you in the hand. Stab you in the hand!
Look, he didn't do enough time. He doesn't know how to fill. See the next one.
All right, here's for Rod.
This is Blade.
Hey, heard you got the Fan Plus site up. That's great, man. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so when you gonna get to the States? Let's go. Let's do it, man. Wolf Rock. Let's go. Let's go.
Actors need a script.
Yeah,
They
no doubt.
really need a
Improv
script.
is bad for everybody. I keep looking around some cameo.
Billy Zane, $500.
I would love to have a Billy Zane.
Listen to your friend, Billy Zane.
I would.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, but I'd make him go straight Titanic on it. Did they pick up on it, Chris?
They're calling now. I've not seen anyone who's picked up a Billy Zane one yet. He's charging $500.
That's a mistake.
That's a huge mistake.
It's awful.
Keep looking around, Chris.
All right, here's we go to Andy Dick.
Why? Keep going down. Let's look for some big stars. Big, giant fucking stars. Like, I'd like to see Obama do one.
Yeah. Do you have Obama's, Chris?
I'm not seeing an Obama.
Could be under Barack Hussein Obama.
Bronson Pinchot.
All right. That's big.
Okay.
Wait, how much money?
$45.
Okay. Yeah, this one where he looks
Cody,
worse.
I understand it's your birthday, and I... What? Well, I was just saying happy birthday to... You want to do it? All right. Excuse me just one second. Hello, happy birthday to you.
That's great.
Happy
That's
birthday
nuts.
to you. Happy birthday, dear Cody. And little known fact, the producer of Perfect Strangers originally wanted to have Balky's name be Cody, but I said, please don't do that. Happy birthday to you.
I am so excited. So far, we've seen 2 of the stars of True Romance.
I like people who sell it. You know what I mean?
me too.
Like, he
this
really
was a
went for it.
character idea back in the 80s. Yeah, you weren't on the side of the Hogwarts guy.
There's something just a little sadder about that one.
Hold on, while we're talking about this, a giant star has called us. Lisa Lampanelli is on the line. Lisa!
Yeah!
Hey, you guys.
Hey,
oh, my
sweetie.
God. I could not resist calling when you're talking about this freaking cameo.
Uh-huh.
Now, listen what happened. About 2 months ago, a friend of mine, he's a millennial, so of course he knows about this crap. He's like, you really should get on there. And I am not about to shit on people and how they make money. But to me, it doesn't feel right. It feels very sort of desperate. But that's not for them. It's how I would feel. So I go, the only way I want to do it if it's for 100% for charity, because I would take a whole afternoon and just like call up 200 people if the money's going to the right place. Well, I look on this Cameo and the whole bunch of celebrities who are just for charity, I heard of like one of them. So I'm like, nobody's going to look on the fucking charity page. It doesn't say charity big enough where it doesn't make me look like a lowlife.
Yeah.
So I'm like, screw it. I'm not doing it. And now that I hear that they could send coded racist things out, I go, boy, thank God I didn't sign up to do this crap, because all of a sudden I'm a Jew hater.
Well, Lisa, it wouldn't be all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, that's true. They are annoying. But, dude, I mean, how do you guys feel? Do you feel this is very, like, isn't it uncomfortable and weird for you guys?
It is, and it doesn't seem to be a next, if someone does a commercial, you get thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here at $35 a pop, how long to make $1,000?
I think it's just so weird because it's just another way that everybody seems so bizarrely accessible. I think when you have a president who tweets and then like this just seems like, oh, this makes sense. Now we're just going to have celebrities calling it.
I just wonder, why do these celebrities not have more money?
I don't get it either.
I retired technically. I mean, I'm retired from stand-up and insult comedy, and I'm doing the life coaching and the workshops. And I was like, well, if I don't make any more money, that's okay. Not that I saved so much, but I saved enough that I don't have to make phone calls for $10 to little shitheads having Halloween parties.
Right. And Balky,
this is very shocking that people would think that this is cool.
Balky had a long career as a sitcom star. You think he's set for life? I don't see Dick Van Dyke doing this.
Yeah, listen, perfect. Maybe that's what we should do. You say, what would so-and-so do? And if they wouldn't do it, you don't do it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, who's an iconic... First of all, even if you say, what would Lisa Lampanelli do? That's way too broad of a spectrum of things I would do. So who's super... Like, what would Lauren Bacall do?
Right, is Lauren Bacall going to do this?
Yeah. And would even like take a millennial. Who's a millennial? You go, absolutely not. Even though she's a pain in the ass, would Lena Dunham do this? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think so.
The only even old school guy could see doing it, if Ed McMahon was still alive, he would be doing these.
Yeah, because that's what he did. He announced stuff. But I don't know. I don't look down on the people who do it. Don't misunderstand me. I just wonder why they don't worry about the optics. I worry about the optics on it.
I think that the time is gone that anyone talks about selling out, or, you know what I mean? Right. Like, it's just okay. Yeah. It's just okay, whatever you do. And kind of hip hop is the thing that ushered that in.
You think so? That was
hip hop were the first music guys that started to do commercials and wasn't, they wanted to get paid and talked about it happily.
Right.
Well, yeah, I remember years ago when Tears for Fears was a band. Remember those guys in the 80s? And they had that song Shout, and I go, I wonder why they didn't do Shout, Shout, Get It All Out. These are the stains I can do without. For Shout. And I was like, this is fucking genius. Why didn't they do it? Lisa Lampanelli thinks of a lot of things people don't. You see?
Yeah.
Hey, Tears for Queers, if you're listening. I'm giving you pearls. This is an idea. Just saying.
All right, darling. We'll talk to you again soon.
I love you, pal. Bye, guys.
All right,
bye, Lisa.
So Lisa is not doing the insult comedy anymore. She's moved it over into her lifestyle stuff since she lost the weight. It's a really interesting move.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting move. The baby is having so much fun.
She's having a blast.
Snooki does these as well.
Wait, let me see one from Snooki.
Hey, Greg and Jen, a shout out to your baby girl, Raylan. You guys are going to be amazing parents. Trust me, it's hard as shit, but it's going to be so rewarding. You guys are going to love it, and you guys are going to be amazing parents. I just want to say congratulations, shout out, and do not forget date night and having a glass of wine and still getting it in when you can. Mwah. Love you.
She did better than most of the actors.
She did really well.
She
knows
filled
how to
her time without looking around.
She sold it.
But I did like what Balky is like, hey, best of luck. What? Huh? You wanna be the one who does this?
See, there's a
hello.
It's a concept there.
Yeah.
You know, there was camera work. The fumbled camera work was like an in-camera edit. It was very clever. But also, I wonder for Snooki, if you bought this for your friends who are having a baby, you're still getting a shower gift. Where you're like, I sent the Snooki message. I feel like that's enough.
Snooki's $300 a message.
Oh, I think it's well worth it. We didn't bring it into the song?
No, we got it.
That's okay. It's not time, Nick. She's already right here, so we'll have to pick it up. Yes. Lisa Traeger.
Lisa Traeger's coming in studio. The Degenerates is streaming now on Netflix. Lisa's performing December 14th and 15th at Draft House Comedy in Washington, D.C. Go to drafthousecomedy.com for tickets to that show. Lisa Traeger's in studio.
Good to see you.
Are we on? Or
yes, we're on.
We're on.
Yes.
There's a baby, though. This is tough.
You're allowed to have You're allowed to play.
God.
Bring the baby over. The whole reason that we brought Juliet in today was for Lisa.
Hi, little tiny cutie.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. She's cute. Oh my God, I feel so lucky.
She was keeper for a couple of days.
Yeah,
see how
why
you liked
not?
it.
No. Couple hours. I could take care of a baby for like 6 hours.
You get in and out of things. Your obsessions come and go.
Yes.
And then it's thank you next. That really,
which I'm obsessed with right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an Ariana party because I have some Molly left over from Halloween.
All right, so and by the way, that's a long time. I don't know if it's fresh enough for me.
Double down.
Now, I did not know any of Ariana's songs, and then you told me that this was a great pop song.
Yes.
And I put it on to act like, oh, it's this is something I won't care about. I watched it 3 times in a row.
I know. It's crazy.
You loved it.
Yes.
It's one of those pop songs. It's just like,
you know
it does
what's
everything
sad?
right.
Miley's video, not good.
Not good, huh?
No.
She's been replaced. Thank you, next. Now we're on, we learned.
Are you an
from
Ariana
our- All right, let's play a little bit of it. No one is quite the color that she is. You know what I mean?
I was talking about your granddaughter.
Oh, no,
That's
no.
why I was
No.
like, what do you mean it's a puppy? Okay. Yeah, Ariana is tiny as well.
But I also think it's adorable that she says fucking in the middle of this.
Oh, she's dirty. I don't know if you know how dirty her songs is, but on Sweetener, she says lick the bowl. And do you know what that means?
Go down on? Is that?
That means like licking a pussy after it's come.
Okay.
And then she has a song Side to Side with Nicki Minaj, and it's just about getting fucked so good you can't walk straight. She's like a dirty girl.
Now, do we know how old she is?
24.
24. So very, very young to be around as long as she is.
She was Annie at 4 years old. She was on Broadway as a teen. She's been like...
She doesn't remember not doing this.
Correct, yeah. There's a video on Instagram, and it's her in the Annie wig, and they're like, were you nervous for the audition? And she's like, no, I was excited.
Right.
Like, she's just been in this.
So let's think who is going to be next for her. I think if I was her publicist, and there's still a chance that I could be, I would try to get her in with a sports star this time.
You think so?
She went hip-hop, comedy. I think she could use a basketball player.
I think she's going to be single for a while, go on tour, have fun. She has a lot to deal with. Her ex-boyfriend died, you know. I think she's going to be single for a while.
I think that ruined everything for Pete, by the way, when the ex-boyfriend died. That was the thing that made her think, oh, I didn't make that work. What am I doing with Pete? You know what I mean?
Well, I think she's just dealing with a lot, too.
Like what?
The terrorist attack. Yeah, it's like a lot. The death.
But she turned that into something nice. I mean, when she got all those stars back, And I mean, she's singing with Robbie Williams in Manchester.
I'm new. I didn't love her until Pete. And now I'm listening to all the albums. But she's a badass. Like she's really smart in interviews, and she what is it? What's the saying? Like clapbacks.
Yeah.
She doesn't take shit from people. Yeah, I kind of like it. I like
think,
her.
like she was raised to do this. I mean, she is like a thoroughbred. These kids that their whole life.
I do think though that like dating a sports star is just like the Kardashians just have that on lock. Like they're just like, this is our thing.
What if she took Ben Simmons away?
I think she likes creativity, though. I don't think she wants to be with an athlete.
How about she's with a painter?
I'm okay with that.
Monopoly
Like a
guy.
cool artist. Yeah.
Banksy.
Earl. Banksy would be fantastic for her.
No,
Earl, who
too
would you
old.
like to see her with next? Thank you, next. She's so fucking grateful for her ex.
Honestly, I think he should go with like a Mike Trout, baseball player.
Baseball player. Baseball is ancient now.
They're the
That's
scum.
1950s.
They're the most scummy.
Yeah. I mean,
they're on the road too long.
Yeah.
No.
It looks like Chris Stanley is leaning in. Take your time, Chris.
Yeah.
And see if you got a Lisa plug.
Oh,
before
sure.
you do it.
Of course. It's a trade for the studio. The Degenerates is streaming now on Netflix. And
So good, man. She's so good. I went back and watched it a second time. Very, very proud of you.
Makes me
Nailed
so
it.
happy.
And you can see Lisa perform December 14th and 15th at Draft House Comedy in Washington, D.C., drafthousecomedy.com.
My favorite audience is DC.
Yeah, they're fun, right?
Yeah, they work hard, play hard, they're smart, they don't get offended.
Oh, she's getting a little annoyed, a little teething.
I just love the way she looks.
Yeah. 4 months, she's already teething. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
All right, so, Chris, you were leaning forward. You felt like you had somebody. Just tell us.
You want her to date a girl.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that
I
would
didn't
be
even think of
exciting.
that.
Her and Miley, I don't know if you've seen them sing in Miley's backyard.
No.
It's a cover, but they're on blow up furniture and like unicorn onesies. And there's a vibe. And then Miley messes up the words. She's like, sorry, I was trying to flirt with you. And then they like hug at the end, and it's a big thing for lesbians. This isn't it.
No, that's not it.
This is
She's
the.
wearing
It's called the Backyard Sessions.
just
Miley Backyard
Come on,
Sessions.
what are you doing, Chris?
Just hit back.
Just pull it together.
Backyard Sessions.
Where are you taking her?
It auto-corrected.
Bye, little cutie.
Yeah.
You're a working mother, Gail.
Yeah.
Working mom.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
You're like Rosie the Riveter. Winning World War II for everybody.
There it is. It is. I love that.
No, I, of course, have never seen it. Miley was another one that was raised to do this, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, her dad's a musician. Her godmother is Dolly Parton. Of course. Like, look at Miley. Look at her.
Fucking cute as hell, though, huh?
What? Who is?
The onesie look.
Yeah, I just bought 3 onesies on Black Friday. Buy 2, get 1 free.
Chris, you do a onesie thing?
I've never done a onesie thing.
That would be perfect for you.
Maybe a unicorn.
Yeah. It'd be great when you go back into rehab. By the way, my favorite kind of microphones they're using too. I love that it was old school Frank Sinatra.
And Miley's new video, she looks incredible and the song is good, but it's just not good.
It's just not good enough for you, huh?
No,
Who's she with? Thor or Thor's brother?
Thor's brother.
Okay, that's a mistake. I think you want to be.
I want her to be back with girls too.
Yeah. All right, Chrissy, who did you pick out?
Actor Steven Dorff, I think.
No, how dare you? He's a loser.
48.
He's a loser. He's an old loser who used to have bleached tips. I'm like disgusted.
So people can change.
No.
Why would what?
How dare you?
Steven Dorff.
He's a good-looking guy.
How
right?
dare you?
He could be her dad.
Yeah, he's really
This is ridiculous.
much older than her, Chris.
He was in Blade.
And a loser.
She's 1998.
Yeah, like you're gonna need to like.
She breaks records. She has she is everything. She needs someone that's on par with her.
Why don't let's put her with Fred McMurray, the father from My 3 Sons. Ba-na-na-na. You know what? You just proved every kind of pet thing about you
That's
too
not
by saying
like
that.
that's what you want to see.
And you know how he never brings his girlfriend around?
Yeah.
She's 13. He met her on Cameo. He sent her a Cameo message.
Horrible for her 13th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
$13 special.
Introduced Jeffrey Epstein. Introduced the two of them.
Don't tie me in with Epstein.
Oh, she's getting pissy.
I like her. Yeah, I'm finally getting old. I feel like my friend group, a lot of engagements, a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of a lot of new things. Are you smiling at me?
Yeah, why wouldn't she like
my
you?
God.
She watched the special. She thinks you're edgy. It's all coming together.
So edgy. You know, a lot of porn stars are messaging me.
I know that you brought up.
Oh, I brought it up last time. Okay.
Yeah, no. No, here's what happened. I saw you on, they showed it on YouTube when you did the
Brazzers.
Yeah. And she was like crowd working. She like knew who the porn stars were and was bringing it up. And it was really, really cute.
It was a dream come true. And huge. Cardi B is performing at the Porn Awards this year, which I think is a huge deal. That's a big name. Yeah. That like really legitimizes a lot.
Well, you, unlike most people, you know what they do off
Yeah, I follow them on their social media. I treat them like, people of things I appreciate.
Right.
So if I like singers or athletes, I'm going to treat them the same.
What do you look for in a porn star? What,
Well, I do a joke about this, but I want them to be like slutty all the time.
Right.
Like there are some where I'm like, I don't think this is what you wanted in your life, but they do a good job. But someone that's like just such a whore all the time and like really enjoying their lives, making tons of money, and then all their friends are porn stars too, and they just have a good life together. Like that's what I look for.
If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
I learned that from Boogie Nights.
The girls that are just like really into it and having a good time, and like the after interviews are just like you can tell that they're.
Have you ever seen the movie Boogie Nights? It was the late 90s.
I actually haven't. I've started it and seen pieces of it multiple times. I know you see his dick and stuff, but and Heather Graham, Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I've not watched the whole thing.
The same with his dick is just. I feel like it looks so bad it takes you out of the movie.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It looks like he's just put a dildo on the end of his small.
But he ended up being a creep, right? He just loves God and waking up early. He really became an uncool
He's actually
guy.
saying he wouldn't have done that movie now. That he wished that he didn't. He wished he didn't work with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
I guess.
Your best.
So
role.
she's got the hiccups.
I know she does.
What movie? The Huckabees one? Oh, Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Huckabees, he was fantastic in though.
Loved him in Huckabees.
He's so annoying.
I'm at fire.
And that whole pay gap thing that happened last year, that annoyed me a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. They had to do reshoots to get Kevin Spacey out.
Yeah.
And they gave Michelle Williams like $50,000, like something insane, and gave him $1 million. And then he wanted to be a hero because he gave the money to charity after. It's like, that's not how it works.
Right.
You don't get pats on the back after you get caught.
And giving money to your charity is just like you making money. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. This is something that you would spend your money on. Vito, what is it that you wanted to jump in with?
I don't like the guy, but I think Drake would be perfect for Ariana Grande. That's
Drake?
A pop, super
No.
couple.
He's too big of a whore.
Yeah.
He's a whore. You
I
can't.
think you don't want to go music. Like I think you want an artist.
I agree
who's
100%.
Who's either at the top of their game or a rising star. That's why I'm going to throw out Timothée Chalamet. He's a rising star on his way to be a great American actor.
She likes tattoos. She likes a little bad boy though.
You don't think he's too twinky?
He's like too fresh. Smooth.
Why don't you go out with a tattoo artist then?
That is, now you're talking.
That could be like, we want an artist for unfortunately, the only one I know is the Vanilla Gorilla. Remember the one that was married to
Jesse James?
Yeah, he was married to what was it?
Bad boy, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
And Kat Von D. And
And then was he racist or something?
Yeah, there was some Nazi pics that came out.
Yeah, and there was like a Nazi girl he was dating.
There are a lot of tattoo guys that are Nazi guys.
Yeah.
It's the same
You can
thing.
hide it in there when you've got so many.
Right.
One of my tattoo artists, we were obviously gal chatting last time she was tattooing me, but she revealed she was into ball torture. And I was like, that's a lot to tell me, and I'm excited.
Right.
I've never met someone like that before.
And that's your thing too, right, Chris?
Yeah, they'll love it. Yeah.
I met somebody who wanted to be ball tortured. I wish that we could have like hooked them up, but his specific fantasy was girl with super long fake nails, like clawing into his balls, like he just wanted them like destroyed.
Chris is old school. It's just a kick in his nuts. That's his thing.
Straight hard kick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
hard immediately.
And that's also a
listen. I'm addicted to my phone, and I got an Insta story, Juliet.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. Yay, cutie. How do you even do the show? I guess you see her a lot.
This is what we do all the time, 24 hours a day.
You're a superstar.
She's taken over everything.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it really is. Like, how many pictures do you send a day to the entire family, and then we're all commenting all day?
It's really.
And if there's like less than 6 pictures a day, somebody goes, "Hey, what's going on?"
I know, it's
She's
really
sick?
funny too, because like sometimes I won't be on it fast enough, and I'll get like a message from someone like, "Where are the pics today?" Like, I haven't got enough.
That's so good. Yeah, babies make it. I'm going to a friend's house for Christmas this year, and there's going to be a 1-year-old. It's like, yeah, we're all going to have the time of our lives.
Right.
She will be the star. Now, my sister, her kids are older, so now the dog is the star. They got a new dog, and that's all everyone talks
Birdie
about.
used to be the star.
I know.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, still. You ever
No, that's my
notice it?
favorite stage. I like seeing dogs that have recently been shunned because there's a baby, and they're like teenagers. They're so sad and emo. You're laughing.
But I always, if I come over to your house, I always spend a minute with Birdie before I move on and act like I care about the humans.
But you know what I learned? You probably know this. You've had kids. Is what they'll get along when she starts eating and food starts falling.
Right.
And then the
great.
dog eats the food and then begins to love the baby.
The whole jealousy thing, I remember when my mom brought my sister home. What a relief to know I wasn't the baby and could go off on my own. I was like 4, I guess.
Takes the pressure off.
It was the exact opposite of being jealous. It was like, this is great. And the fact that my sister was like sick, fantastic for me. Really a chance to sow my own oats.
Are you being sarcastic, or you're just like a mature, advanced 4-year-old?
No, I just wanted some time away from being yelled at. You know what I mean? Like, here's a chance for me to. I kind of started to set up my own room like it was a bachelor apartment. I split it with my brother. It was an odd couple thing. Earl, how many younger than you?
I am the baby of the family.
A baby of 8?
A baby of 8.
Wow. They gave up after you. People that had no self-control.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So many.
Save the best for last.
It's so wild.
What, you think 8's too
I can't
many?
imagine having. I can't imagine.
Yeah, but see, if
It's
you
a
say
wild
that,
household.
it comes across like racism. Because black people like to have a lot of children.
So do like Catholics and religious folks.
Well, we used to. In my neighborhood when I was a kid.
And the Hasidic Jews.
Yeah. All right, good. She knows about Hasidic Jews.
Oh my
This
God.
is great.
Okay, so this is a very driving me crazy.
Okay.
A thought that just popped into my head this weekend. I can't believe I've never thought about it before.
Yeah.
Hasidic Jews in New York. Where are the elderly Hasidic women? Where are they?
We never see them on the street.
You see the old man, you see the young men, you see the young women.
Do you think they're just at home cooking, or you think they're killing them?
I don't know. because you see the young women who are like,
well, I
like
live in Crown
childbearing
Heights,
age.
and I do see older.
Yeah.
Like, but not
over
50, would you say?
Would you see a grandma?
No, but I'm going to start taking some walks, so I have some research for the next time back. Because I went to the Jewish, because I live on the black side of Crown Heights, but I went to buy some stuff for Hanukkah yesterday.
Yeah.
Some, donuts and cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
For the party. I don't know, but anything that's so cultish that's not good.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I hate when I see the young women with like 5 kids and the wigs, and they're so exhausted and overwhelmed, and the men are schlubby, disgusting.
Yeah. I think the women are hot. We were just discussing that.
Yeah,
today.
they take care of themselves.
But they won't look back. The women do not look back.
But
They don't make eye contact with
The
you.
men are weird though. If you're a woman, I didn't, realize this at first when I had first moved here, but like if you try to speak to one of them, you're a woman and try to speak to the man, they like freak out.
No, it pissed me off because one of my best friends from high school became a religious Jew, and she used to have blue hair, do cocaine, tattoos, but then now like lives in Rogers Park in Chicago, everything. And the wedding was men and women separate, a wall through the dance floor. Like we could, that's where the chair tradition comes from. But we're all these women having to hold her, and we couldn't. It's whatever. I hated it, but I saw a dude that I knew, and I reached out to shake. He wouldn't shake my hand, and I was like so pissed. I was like, "You're a loser!
Right?
How dare you not shake my hand?"
Because he thought it would lead to.
Yeah, but the rules also, if you're going to embarrass someone, it's better to break these rules than embarrass someone else. So I was just like, "You loser! I know you're poor. How dare you think you're better than me?" I don't know. I was just mad that and then the men's dance floor was completely open, and the women's ones was closed, and it's like we don't want to see you either.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't like cults. I don't like inequality. I don't like women not being able to be free. It's stressful.
What about the Manson family? I mean, that was a cult.
Yeah, I don't like that. You think I'm for the Manson family?
Well, I was just wondering if Tarantino's doing a movie.
Pretty cool.
And it looks like it's going to be good. Squeaky Fromm.
I'm going to see the
played a
movie.
Yeah. Squeaky played a pretty big part in that as well.
The wild thing with him is they had to create laws to be able to charge him with something.
Right.
So that's like very interesting to think about. But yeah, cults are bad. I don't know, right?
Well, what about Scientology? I've been in it for years and I'm doing okay.
No way. You wouldn't be so cool.
The only thing is, I used to like Leah Remini. You want to watch a fun show, watch her.
I want to.
Every week she says, it's called Bad Stuff About Scientology, Leah Remini. She takes zero shit.
Yeah.
Zero. She'll pull over when they're following her in LA or in Florida. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? And they have to take off.
Well, because she came so forward, if something happens to her, they're going to be suspect number one.
Right.
They know that they're
She
being
says Tom Cruise actually physically beat on people there, too.
I believe
that he carried into it. He's the number 2 guy in Scientology. The number 1 guy, they can't find the guy's wife. For the last 15 years, people who knew her.
Is that the one that was her friend?
David McCavage is his name. I don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
But she just disappeared. They told the LA cops. The LA cops said, hey, we spoke to her, but nobody else has. And they're like, we don't even know if we could trust the
Can I
cops.
use the charger?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Lisa Traeger's
I'm
in
trying to be
studio.
more busy lately. So my phone's dying.
The Degenerates is streaming now on Netflix. And
But say it from the beginning, like you moved into it.
It's
and
always
this
so
is
embarrassing.
a very, very important piece that she's doing.
The Degenerates is streaming now on Netflix, featuring Lisa Traeger, and she's performing December 14th and 15th at Draft House Comedy in Washington, D.C. Go to drafthouseComedy.com for tickets. Actually, we have to take one more break for the end of the show.
You didn't even break.
You just
in between
realized
the two.
that?
You kept those.
I do have to pee, so for me, that's going to be huge.
It's going to be pee time.
That's a great surprise for me.
Right back, Bennington.
Bennington is back. Go to CharityBuzz.com right now. Bid on your chance to co-host The Bennington Show. Bidding ends Wednesday, December 12th. That's CharityBuzz.com. This is Faction Talk 103, The Bennington Show.
Welcome back to Bennington. Lisa Traeger's in studio. The Degenerates is streaming now on Netflix, and she's performing December 14th and 15th at Draft House Comedy in Washington, D.C. Go to drafthouseComedy.com for tickets.
I liked your little dance just now. Are you a good wedding guest?
I am the best wedding guest.
I feel
of
that.
all time.
I feel that.
Matter of fact, we've talked about this before. Best wedding guest, best wedding I've ever been to. I didn't know one other person. And it was all Greeks, and it was It was down in Tarpon Springs, and it was the funnest time we've ever had in our life. I felt like I should have been a Greek. That's how fun these people.
What, did you throw money at them? Or?
Yeah, you're throwing money. You're kicking shoes off. Everybody's going crazy. It's the same music for little children as it is for adults. You know what I mean? Like they don't break up their music like we do.
I wonder if it has something also to do with the fact that you didn't know anyone else, because like the most fun wedding I ever went to, I went as a date to someone else. Like I knew no one at the wedding, and it was the most fun wedding I've been to. I think it just like I didn't feel any
the problem. Yeah, the problem with weddings is cousins
exactly.
and old friends.
I don't know. Russian weddings are pretty good. What I like about the Russian weddings, there's bottles of alcohol on the table with mixers. So there's no bar. You're just there. And then it's dinner and music at the same time. So it's family style.
Right.
So it's constantly food's being brought. People are dancing. You could come back, nibble, go back. There's no like quiet dinner time. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
The thing like during the Cold War, we were never taught that the Russians were fun or beautiful. And the biggest shock to me after the Cold War is suddenly we were able to see gorgeous Russian women, and the people always have a ball.
They're partiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely, but there is a sense of tragedy. They are
yeah.
They do like to be miserable too.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have a 9-month winter, you know what I mean? Just think how we get during the winter.
They're also rule followers. There's like sadness ingrained in the people. I'll be honest. Like there's some fun parties, but I think overall, like my best example, a long time ago, one of my Russian cousins was like drawing a purple cat, and the grandma was like, "Cats aren't purple. What are you doing? Don't draw a purple cat." And it's like, who gives a shit?
Right.
But that's the way they are. It's like, that's not real. Don't do that. And
don't use your imagination.
Yeah, no. Don't have fun. Close the window. Don't let anyone know. It's just it's communism, and all they fucked with them.
We were going to play a song for her, and she passed out.
She passed out.
Oh my God, she's so cute at sleeping too. Babies.
So, are you getting good feedback from the special? Or?
Yeah, people have been really nice. A lot of Twitter and Instagram attention, some emails. Yeah.
Good for you.
People are happier to have me on shows, but after I taped it, I kind of hated it. I was so sad. I haven't watched it yet. I was really nervous. And so it's been really nice when people like it. And then the Times wrote such a thoughtful piece and really analyzed the special well. So I felt cool.
That is cool. So suddenly it's looked at like a piece of art, not just something that you do at a bar, but the Times consider.
Yeah, it was me, Janelle, Emmy. They wrote about the three of us. I don't know if they've all been here, but Janelle, James, Emmy Blotnick, and me. And the guy, and I thought it was someone's PR person, or we were promoting, and none of us knew, none of our people, like some dude just wrote it. And I mean, some dude, I should know his name, but it felt really cool for sure.
Well, I thought it was fantastic. I like immediately was telling people like to go check it out.
Thanks, yeah, it's exciting. And I've been getting recognized on the streets.
That's weird, right?
It is weird because, like you see me now, I don't really dress very good on my off hours.
I wanted to ask you.
I'm also scared I'm getting a sty, so I can't wear makeup. I'm running home to put warm compresses on before my Mexico trip. I want to get fucked on this trip.
Well, you can still, in Mexico, you can still get fucked with a sty.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No. Culturally. I wanted to ask you, too, was it fun shooting that intro? That intro is hilarious.
That was the best.
Yeah.
I definitely loved being in the casino with everyone, and I love Ocean's 11, so I enjoyed that. And Tom Sick's a fun director, and it was really great. And then the night after I taped, I got to see Celine Dion and go to Nobu, and so that was like a nice celebration. Sit at the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt good about yourself. Who did I just see is doing? Van Morrison is going to do an extended thing in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Celine changed the game at first. When she came back, it was like, what a loser. Now it's like Gaga, J-Lo, Baxter. Like, that's the place to be to make some money.
Aerosmith has stayed there for a while, and no one saw that coming.
Yeah.
That rock bands.
It's like, why not? Why not have people come to you? Even like with Birbiglia being on Broadway and not doing the road, it's like, if you can make people come to you, awesome. Like Billy Joel selling out Madison Square Garden. Like,
Once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
What a treat. Like, that seems awesome to just be able to stay in Vegas.
Dude, I was so sad when I went away this weekend. We pulled the Billy Joel channel and put some weird Christmas music that I'd never even heard before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As a non-Christian, I always find it funny when the people are like, war on Christmas. I'm like, the Christmas music's everywhere.
Right.
Truly, I hear it everywhere always. And I'm fine with it. But
I've never once heard anyone get angry when someone said Merry Christmas.
Never. I've never.
No, that's, I always just say it back. I could care less.
Right. Although I will say this, as a Christian during Hanukkah, I feel like I'm missing out. It's like, what is
it is so
all the
boring.
buzz? Everybody's doing it. 8 months. Or 8 nights, not 8 months.
But it's not even a big deal. It's only because of American Jews that it's become a bigger kind of deal.
Well, I mean, what kind of? I mean, the light didn't go out. So what?
I don't know. But the Lockies are good. I did go to a Hanukkah party yesterday. I wore a funny sweater. It was good. Had some cocktail weenies.
Is there a Hanukkah sweater?
I did. I found it in Madison. I was in Madison last week. I couldn't believe it. The last one in my size, high up, but it was Jewish stars and then a Jewish llama wearing a little, black hat. But then his fur became the tallis.
Oh.
And so it had like hanging tallis at the bottom of the sweater. I mean, I felt mine is better than all of these. I'm so sorry. I'll show you guys my Instagram. That's where mine's better than that, but that's the vibe.
Chris, let's go back to plugging too. Let's not ignore plugging because I want everybody in DC to come out and see this show.
Lisa Traeger, she's performing December 14th and 15th at Draft House Comedy in Washington, D.C. DraftHouseComedy.com for tickets. On Netflix, The Degenerates is streaming right now.
Yes.
Right this second.
Right
they
this
can
second.
do.
Yeah, that's another crazy thing that it's just it's always going to be there. So, people can watch it kind of whenever they have time. Because I have things in my wait list.
Yeah.
Oh, in my stories. Oh, you can't do the stories on the thing, but I do look fun in those other photos. Do you guys know Catherine Cohn or Sydney Washington?
I know Sydney, yeah.
Catherine is an it girl. Everyone's obsessed. She's the one all the way to the right in the stripe, the white. Yeah, that one in the middle. She's a star. You got to have her on.
Where does she live?
She lives here, but now she's in London right now. But she sings. She is funny. She does characters, videos, but she's been here for 5 years. She's from Houston, comes for money.
Good for her.
But all the gays are obsessed. Everyone's obsessed. She's in every art. Like, she is an it girl, and her character is making fun of it girls, but she's become it. Sells out Joe's Pub. I'm obsessed. Like, I'm pretty confident, but when I get around her, I shut down. I can't even act. I don't know how to act.
Be yourself.
I can't. I'm just too in awe of her and her vibrant personality, and she's wearing glitter jumpsuits, and I just shrink. I can't. I can't. You have.
We want the it girl in here immediately.
Get the it girl in here.
She gets in from London.
But I feel like a loser because I'm too late to the game. I'm like, why didn't I know before everyone else?
Yeah.
But I just didn't, and now.
All right, Howard in Manhattan wants to school us. Go ahead, Howard.
On what?
No, I don't want to screw that. First of all, I love your show. I just wanted to tell you one thing about that situation where the man would not shake your hand at the wedding. And I'll tell you really the real reason. It's a subtle reason. But when women have very Orthodox women, when they finish their periods, when they finish menstruating, they have to go to a ritual bath in order to have relations with their husband again. The primary reason that a man will not touch a woman, or even sit next to one on an airplane for that matter, which has been a big issue with El Al recently, is because women are considered, they're not sure, women are considered unclean if they don't go to a ritual
Does that
bath.
make you feel better?
Yeah, thanks for that explanation. I did know it, but that makes me hate all of them more.
Hey, and I went to school on Eastern Parkway when I was a kid, so that's where I go.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, it's still it's like, fuck you guys.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's so worse.
We just didn't want to touch you because of your dirty period blood.
Right.
Okay.
Grow up.
You wipe your ass.
If you're a man and you're grossed out by periods, you shouldn't be able to get laid. I feel like you should have a scarlet letter. Like, I think periods are gross and no one should fuck you.
It's childish.
I think
it's so childish.
I think the reason why men get weird about periods is because it's kept from people as a natural thing of life. So men don't find out about it until years after they should. And then they're like, what? And then everyone's like, just stay away from it.
I've said this before, but when I had sex ed in school, the majority of the conversation was about how to discreetly take your tampon or your maxi pad so boys wouldn't have to see them, and it's not ladylike to discuss with boys that you have a period.
Michelle Wolf has a funny joke about that. She's like, the only technology we've had is tampons are smaller because we were making too much of a commotion taking our trombones to the bathroom. One of my favorite jokes of hers. I've actually made it a point. I was in Cleveland and I flew in and went straight to a faux place with a comedian there, Ramon, and I needed a tampon. And so I asked my server, I'm like, you need to find me a tampon. And he, so uncomfortable. And then I heard him go to a female employee. He's like, I have a personal question for you. And then they handed me the tampon in a makeup bag, so secretly. And I'm like, no, this is crazy. I've started putting them on tables and holding them. I'm like, I will not. It is not okay. Because I remember in junior high, if I heard someone else in the bathroom, I would stop changing my patters, and I was like, no one.
Oh my God, nothing was more embarrassing, having to rip your pad off, and they're like, oh, another girl knows I have a period.
And it's like we're all bleeding through our pants. I remember bleeding through my shorts constantly, and then one day at camp, a boy came up to me and was like, you're bleeding through your shorts, and I had to go home.
From camp?
Yeah.
Yes, because I was just there was blood everywhere. I couldn't keep it contained.
When in 6th grade, when the girls went to have the lecture and the film thing, the boys went to have one about not playing with firecrackers. And we came back, we're like, hey, did you guys get that stupid firecracker thing? And they're like, no.
We've seen some shit.
I don't know if you guys have you guys been watching Big Mouth?
No, I haven't watched it.
So good. But it's a cartoon. Nick Kroll created it with, Mulaney does a voice, Maya Rudolph. It's like a who's who, but it's about little kids going through puberty, and there's a hormone monster and a ghost of Duke Ellington, but it's the kids all like dry humping, getting addicted to porn. One fucks a pillow, gets it pregnant. But they get away with so much, but it's so smart. My nephew was saying that kids are watching it in junior high and high school, and I think that I'm excited.
It's gonna be helpful,
I think it's going to be helpful, kind of, putting it all out there. Well, too much shame involved.
Always great seeing you. I'm glad
I have
you
to
guys-
go?
Yes, we're ending the show.